The following is a presentation of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner. Your Lady Flames play here.
Free throws are good. Flames try to break through the pressure to get a shot at the buzzer. They go inside to Smuda. Smuda turns and scores as the horn sounds. Bella Smuda corner to Hess. Hess for three. Boom! Emma Hess, her third three-pointer of this first quarter.
The Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Fakes the shot, gets everybody to bite, takes it into the paint, floats it home. Beautiful move.
With Liberty and Conference USA, it's time for the Flames to rise again. Rise with us. Welcome to live pregame radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Liberty Lady Flames basketball is brought to you in part by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. Liberty basketball is also brought to you by Carter Bank. Life lived full. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Welcome to the Lady Flames Tip-Off Show, powered by Segra. Coming up, we'll hear from head coach Kerry Green. Plus, pregame analysis, starting lineups, and much more are on the way. Now let's go live courtside with the voice of Liberty Lady Flames basketball, Jamie Hall.
Hello everyone, welcome into Liberty Arena where the Lady Flames are playing their final regular season matchup of the year, taking on WKU. The Lady Toppers come in at 22-7 overall on the year, 13-4 in Conference USA. The Lady Flames are 22-6 and 15-2 overall, coming off a huge win against Middle Tennessee on Thursday night. The Flames won that game 61-42, led by as many as 33. Out-rebounded the Lady Raiders by 14. It's 7 straight wins for Liberty. They've won 14 of their last 15, and they have locked up at least the 2 seed in Conference USA. WKU will be the 3 seed. They've won 5 in a row. They beat FIU 83-48 in Miami on Thursday night, shot 66% from the field, and hit 11 of 21 from the three-point line. So some excellent shooting for WKU in their blowout win in Miami. They know they're going to be the 3 seed. Lady Flames know they're going to be at least the 2. They're currently tied with Middle Tennessee. If Liberty wins today, they will have no worse than a share of the regular season championship, and they would be the number 1 seed by way of tiebreaker. So the Flames know if they win, they're the 1 seed. If they lose, there is a scenario where they could still be the number 1 seed, but it would not be an easy route, and that's not the route that you want to take. In that scenario, Middle Tennessee would have to lose to FIU. They're currently up 24-21 late in the second quarter. And then also Louisiana Tech would have to lose later on today. And then FIU would actually jump them in the standings. They would be a higher seed, and the tiebreaker would come down to how the Flames fared against FIU, meaning that Middle Tennessee would have lost to FIU today. So, again, there's one tiny scenario where the Flames could still be the 1 seed with a loss, but it's an awful lot easier just to win this basketball game, and then you know you're going to Huntsville, Alabama, as the 1 seed in Conference USA. These 2 programs have an awful lot of history. WKU, 20 NCAA tournament appearances. Liberty, 17. The Lady Toppers are the winningest program in the state of Kentucky as far as women's basketball is concerned. The Aqua Pro Series recap, this is the 7th meeting. Lady Flames are 5-1, having won earlier this year at WKU. 77-66 in that game. The Flames were red hot from the three-point line, 12 of 23, and also a plus 16 in rebounding to get the victory. Alcova Mortgage keys to the game. Let Alcova Mortgage help you land the keys to your next home. Find out more at alcova.com/JoeJ. Flames need to avoid turnovers. This WKU team forces 21 per game, and that is second in the conference, 25th in the nation. And then Liberty needs to get on the glass and get some second chance opportunities. The Flames almost a +9 in rebounding on the year. That puts them at 14th best in the country. WKU a -3, so that's a category where Liberty could take advantage. Our Foster Fuels Who's Hot, Bella Smuda had 21 points and 10 rebounds against the Lady Raiders on Thursday night, and she is cooking in what will be her most likely final home game of her career. There are scenarios where you could possibly host a WNIT game in this building again, but the Flames don't want to think about that. They want to think about going to the NCAA tournament. That's their aspirations next week in Huntsville. We'll take a timeout. When we come back, we'll get the thoughts of head coach Kerry Green, Liberty, and WKU just after the top of the hour here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Looking to buy a home or refinance a mortgage? Now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
At Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
Hey, Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the Commonwealth and beyond with offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. All the ways Gentry Lock can help clients succeed is waiting for you at gentrylock.com.
At Carilion Clinic, the success of their employees is based on a culture that welcomes them and nurtures their growth. As the largest nonprofit employer west of Richmond, Carillion's team members are always learning and forever curious. Carilion is more than a healthcare system. It's a team of unique individuals doing what matters most, caring for the community. Visit CarillionClinic.org/careers and search their opportunities. Come join 13,000 employees who are Carilion proud.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic? 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
You're listening to Liberty Basketball and the Lady Flames Tip-Off Show from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Our pregame coverage continues with the thoughts of head coach Kerry Green, presented by Earthright Mid-Atlantic. Once again, here's Jamie Hall.
Coach, it's kind of unfortunate the way it worked out. You get that huge win against Middle Tennessee on Thursday night. If it would have been a Saturday game, you'd have had a little bit longer to enjoy it, but such a quick turnaround, and you've got an opponent today in Western Kentucky that's also playing some really good basketball at this point in the season.
Yeah, we were very fortunate. I think we played very well at their place and stole that win there, and Middle Tennessee went up there and got beat, and they actually probably led Middle for like 3 out of the 4 quarters, and Middle took the game away from them at the end. But Middle's tough at home, so for them to compete with Middle at their court shows you the caliber of talent they've got on the team. And yes, they're very talented, athletic, transition 24% of the time into offenses, scoring offenses. So that's really high. That's probably the highest in the league. So this will be up and down type of a game, and hopefully we'll be able to hang in there and compete with them. The biggest challenge for us, and this is probably the biggest challenge we've had all year, not because it's a big game, because it is a big game, but playing a Duke or a Tennessee are big games too. But once you get in conference, that's winning in your community, so to speak.
Right.
Everybody knows you and things like that, and you want to hold serve and do well with your peers and in your community. But to come off of a big win like that, and I just thought about how special this team is right here, and how blessed we are to be coaching them, and the talents and the blessings God's given each of them. We just came off a week ago a 2-point win at the buzzer on the road, and then we have an outstanding win over Middle Tennessee. Wow, where are you at emotionally? So we have all these distractions, and it's a special team, and I just hope and pray and try to coach them in a loving way that we can stay focused on the things that are really important, and try to keep all the outside distractions away. And I warned them, say, now, we have the outside distractions, but then you got the inside distractions as well. So you have to really control that part. So big challenge for us today. And outcome is big. It's either first place regular season champion and seeded number 1 or number 2. And either one of those are a blessing, but we're playing for number 1.
I hate to say it like this, but that run that Middle Tennessee went on at the end of the fourth quarter, maybe a good thing. It kind of keeps everybody a little bit humble after the 33-point lead in the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, it's a wake-up call. We're not invincible. A 2-point win at Kennesaw proved that, but wow, sometimes we forget so quick. God loves us, and boy, we have to sort of review that every day. It's because sometimes we're so selfish and locked in our own world, we just don't realize. That's just hard. That's the reason Romans 12:2 says, not to conform, but to renew your mind daily. So, life is full of changes, and we're playing a great team today.
A team that passes the ball really well. They have 16 assists on average on the season. They're an unselfish squad, athletic.
Yep.
They're going to get at you on defense too.
Yep. I mean, they're good. They're good. And we're good too. We'll find out what's going to happen.
What's the 1 or 2 keys that we need to keep an eye on? Who's going to win this game?
Well, I hope we stay aggressive on the defensive end, and that will begin with transition. So we got to get back because they're going to attack the rim and go to the rim. We've got to be able to keep them from getting to the rim, and I think that is what they do. We just got to neutralize that, and then maybe win the game with our rebounding. And so we've got to be conscious of that. So defense rebounded, and hopefully we'll shoot the ball well at home.
Last thing for you, Coach, how about the Ortho Virginia injury report?
We're good. There's nobody sick. We're ready to roll.
Sounds good.
Thank you.
Wish you the best. That was head coach Kerry Green. We'll be back with the relevant law tip right after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPros 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose. and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank & Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank & Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank & Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Fostering warm moments for 100 years, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services throughout Central Virginia and surrounding areas. From propane to fireplaces and tank installs to tankless water heaters, Foster does it all. Visit fosterfuels.com or download the app to order fuel, pay your bill, and more. Get the customer service you deserve and turn up the heat with Foster Fuels and the Liberty Flames.
This broadcast of Liberty Lady Flames basketball is authorized under rights granted by Liberty University to Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and is intended solely for the entertainment of our listening audience. The accounts and descriptions of this broadcast may not be retransmitted in any form without the express written consent of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment and Liberty University Athletics. The announcers are selected by the Liberty Flames Sports Network and approved by Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment. It's game time. Live radio play-by-play coverage of Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network is brought to you by Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. Carter Bank, life lived full. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Freedom First Credit Union, start banking for good with Freedom First today. Carl Miller Realty, caring, competent, trusted advisors. And by Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Now let's go courtside for the call of the game. Here's Jamie Hall.
And welcome back into Liberty Arena. The Lady Flames and WKU getting ready to do battle. A lot on the line. Liberty got the win against Middle Tennessee, and you could be on a euphoric high for about 15 minutes because not a lot of time to celebrate that historic win because it was the first time that the Lady Flames had ever knocked off Middle Tennessee. But now fast forward about 40 hours later, and you're playing against Western Kentucky, and this team is very good as well. They're locked into the number 3 seed. And if you want to be the regular season champs, you got to win this basketball game. Almost certainly you need to win this basketball game. There is one tiny scenario where you could be the number 1 seed. You'd need a lot of help from some other teams losing or winning other games around the conference. But to know you're the one and to know you've won the title, Flames need to beat this Hilltoppers or this Lady Toppers team that's 22-7 on the year, 13-4 in the conference. Liberty 22-6 and 15-2 in Conference USA. Starting lineups are being announced. Let's pass those along to you. First for Coach Greg Collins' Lady Topper team. He is in his 7th season, 123 wins, 88 losses. And he will start Mackenzie Chatfield. Chatfield wears number 0. She is a 5'9" sophomore from Auckland, New Zealand, averaging 5.6 points a game. Destiny Story wears number 1. She is a 6-foot-tall graduate student from Jonesboro, Arkansas by way of Ole Miss. She had 19 against Liberty in the first meeting, had a career-high 26 on Thursday at FIU in their victory. Alexis Mead wears number 3, 5'4" senior from Moreno Valley, California. 119 assists, 70 turnovers on the year. Had 12 points and 6 assists in the first meeting between these squads. Zofie Telegdi wears 23, a 6'3" junior from Hungary. Started her career at Kansas. She had 11 points against the Flames back in early January. Long time in between the meetings. It was the first game of the season and the last game of the season in conference play. 8 points a game for Telegni. And finally, Josie Gilvin wears number 33, a 6-foot-tall junior from Louisville, Kentucky. Started off at Sacred Heart. She had 4 points and a team-high 8 rebounds against Liberty and 14 points and 7 boards at FIU. Averages 12 points and 6 rebounds a game. For the Lady Flames and their head coach, Kerry Green, in his 26th season, 587 wins, 239 losses. He'll start Jordan Hodges. She wears 0, 5'6" senior from Richmond, Virginia. 6.5 points a game. She had 12 and 5 assists against Western Kentucky. Asia Boone wears 12. She is a 5'8" sophomore from San Diego, California. 12 points, 6 boards, 4 assists at WKU. 10 points on Thursday night against Middle Tennessee. Emma Hess, 6-foot-tall senior from Beaver Creek, Ohio, wears 23. She had 16 points in the game at WKU. And finally, Bella Smuda, number 31, 6'6" redshirt senior from Exton, Pennsylvania. What a game she had against Middle Tennessee. 21 points, 10 rebounds. She's averaging 12 points and 7 boards a game. Flames are in the home white uniforms with red numbers and baby blue trim. Western Kentucky, they are in the red uniforms with black numbers and trim. Western Kentucky, they know where they're going to be. They're going to be the 3 seed next week. The Flames are playing for a regular season title and the number 1 seed, which they'll pick up with a victory. Our officials, Deanna Jackson, Travis Jones, and Clark Stridesburg. Telegdi and Smuda tip at center, and the ball is loose after the tip. Jordan Hodges runs it down, and the Flames have their first offensive possession. Hess, 3 near wing, is off the mark. The rebound is tipped out of bounds to WKU. "12 seconds in. Lady Toppers with their first possession of the game. Alexis Mead wearing a face shield and some black leggings. A lot of pink shoes on in this game between the two teams. At the top of the arc, Gilvin's left open for 3, and she bangs it home. This was a hot shooting WKU team on Thursday night against FIU. 66% from the field. They hit 11 of 21 from 3. Gilvin is a 41% three-point shooter. So 42nd 3 of the year. Liberty with the basketball, trailing by 3. They didn't trail at all on Thursday night. They go inside to Hodges, now far wing to Hess. She's going to go along the baseline, pulls up from 15 and knocks it home. Emma Hess has made it a 1-point game. WKU back up court to Mead. Gilvin now on the far side, Chatfield. The New Zealand native will pull it back out to midcourt and then hand off to Destiny Salary. Salary back to Mead, now to Gilvin. He'll take another 3 near wing. It's off the mark. Boone with the board for Liberty. And the Flames with the chance to take their first lead of the game. It's knocked out of bounds on the far side of the court. Flames will have 7 seconds to get it across the timeline, but WKU not showing any pressure. 8:24 to go first quarter. Jordan Hodges being guarded by Mead as she sets up the offense. Jordan wears The gray Nikes will try to throw a pass in to Smuda. It was deflected away by, well, no. It was actually, they're going to say last touch Bella. So the Flames with a turnover. She had a confused look on her face. I had a confused look on my face too. Chatfield goes on offense, gets it on the interior to Telegny, and she's able to score. Well-run offense, give the assist to Chatfield. We mentioned how WKU is really good at passing the basketball. Both of these teams are. The Flames average 15 assists a game. The Lady Toppers average 16. Boone at the top of the arc. She'll take a three. It's off the mark, though. The rebound is tipped and eventually controlled by Meade. WKU up court, and the Flames tip the ball away. Boone knocks it out of bounds. Just trying to get a deflection after the tip, but say last touched Boone. So Liberty has to stay on defense. 2.5 minutes in. Lady Flames trailing by 3. On the drive is Chatfield, and she's able to scoop to the basket and score on the right side. WKU continues their hot shooting. They've hit 3 of their first 4. Liberty trails 7-2. Flames go back door to Boone, and Boone is bumped. She'll shoot a couple of free throws. Pretty sweet offense by the Lady Flames on that possession to get the backdoor cut to Asia Boone. For every free throw the Lady Flames make this year, Food Line will donate 100 meals to local area food banks coming in to the game. That was $27,800. Asia will add 100 to that total if she hits the first free throw. 76% shooter on the year, hits both. 7-4. WKU with the lead in the basketball. Driving to the hoop is Telegny, and she draws a foul. Smuda picks up the personal. And you wondered if the Flames might have a little bit of a victory hangover from Thursday night after such a dominating win against Middle Tennessee. That they might have a slow start in this basketball game, and you could say that, but then you could also say that Western Kentucky has gotten off to a hot start after having a dominating win themselves at FIU. Flames having trouble getting it in. They just do. As WKU is applying some full court pressure, the Flames get it up to Ayestadter. Now around to Hess. Hess off of a pick will go back over on the far side to Ayestadter. I think I missed this during the starting lineups. Boone spins into the paint, dishes it off, but they call her for a traveling violation before the pass. So Liberty's going to have to fall back on defense, trailing 9-4. A couple of early turnovers for Liberty. WKU forces 21 a game. Meade on the far side of the court. Now to Telegny, back to Meade. She's going to drive in and lost the handle, but it's picked up by Gilvin. And WKU will reset. Smuda has checked out of the game for Stout. Meade for 3, and good. Wow. Alexis Meade was defended pretty well. Listed at 5'4". Shot over the top of the defense and gives WKU a 12-4 advantage. Tables have certainly turned on Liberty since Thursday night's game against Middle Tennessee. Liberty goes cross court to Hess in the corner. Hodges, her three-pointer's good. Jordan Hodges, the first tray of the game for Liberty. It's back to a 5-point lead for the Lady Toppers. They'll try a three. Telegny answers. 3 of 4 from outside the arc to begin the game for WKU. Hodges at the top for Liberty as we approach the midway point of this first quarter. zone defense for WKU. Hodges again for three, missed it, but an offensive rebound to Emmy Stout. She's able to put it back in. Liberty cuts the lead to 6. Meade with the ball for the Lady Topper. She goes back door to Chatfield. Chatfield then dumps it in the middle to Gilvin, and Gilvin scores. This WKU offense looks totally different than what we saw back at the beginning of January. Their passing is excellent. Flames go to Ayestadter. She tries to get into the paint but missed the shot. Rebound WKU. They're up 17-9 and they've got the basketball, so we're due a media timeout. The next stoppage. Chatfield bounces it to Telegny. Now back to Chatfield for three. Off to the left, and Stout gets the board for Liberty. Hodges into the offense, crosses it over to the top of the arc. Now goes far wing to Hess. Hess lobs for Stout, but threw it over her where she couldn't get it. And we now have a foul back up court against Hess as she got tangled up with the Lady Topper retreating back on defense. 4 minutes to go in the first quarter. It's been all Western Kentucky in the early going. They're shooting 75% from the field, 6 of 8. And they lead the Lady Flames 17-9. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Are your feet preventing you from living life? Hi, I'm Jonathan Cotton, and you may have heard my Good Feet story, how I love my arch supports so much that I bought the store. Since then, thousands of customers have found relief from foot, knee, and back pain. I love to hear their stories of walking, running, and just enjoying their new life pain-free. Don't let foot, knee, or back pain keep you from living the life you love. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
It's all WKU here in the early going. They're shooting the ball 6 of 8 from the field. Liberty 3 of 7. Lady Toppers also 3 of 5 from outside the arc. And they forced 3 Liberty turnovers, and they've not given the ball away. They lead 17-9. They started the game on a 12-4 run. We've played even since. Telegny has 7 points. Gilvin 5. Hodges with 3 leads the way for Liberty. Score from down in South Florida. Middle Tennessee is now leading in the third quarter, 38-29. So we expected the Lady Raiders to bounce back. And the way that game is going, unless there's still a lot of time left, there's 14 minutes to go, but if that game continues the way that it is, then the only scenario for the Flames to win the regular season title, a share of it, and the #1 seed would be winning this basketball game. Celery after the inbound, takes a jumper in the paint, but it hits the back of the rim and pops out. Stout with the rebound. The Flames get through some pressure and have it on offense. Peen Steenbergen has checked in, as has Anna Bedoza. Stout in the middle. Hess and Boone still in the backcourt. Bedoza now to Steenbergen, near side Hess. Cross-court pass to Bedoza, in the corner to Boone. Boone, quick release three, nothing but net for Asia Boone, and it barely touched the net. We saw Asia have a quick release three in the Conference USA tournament last year against WKU that was enormous. Gilvin going to try to answer, and she does. Miscommunication by the Lady Flames. They gave Gilvin some space, and she's a 41% three-point shooter. You can't give her any room. So a couple times the Flames have hit a three, only to be answered immediately by the Lady Toppers. The lead is back to 8. Steenbergen with the basketball. Comes to the near side and lost it, but Boone gets it. Now to Hess. Hess steps to a three. It's off the mark though. However, the Flames get the offensive rebound. Boone to Bedoza, now to Steenbergen. She'll try a three near wing, in and out, and we're going to get a rebounding foul. And it's going to go against the Flames. Asia Boone picks up the personal foul. There was a little indecision to start. Official might have pointed in the wrong direction initially. So WKU with an 8-point lead and the basketball. This matches their largest lead of the game so far. Bella Smuda has checked back into the post. Brooke Moore is in for the first time. Along the near wing, Telegny's jumper is off the mark, and Steenbergen gets the basketball. She'll bring it across half court herself for Liberty. Flames attacking to our right, and Liberty loses the basketball. Steenbergen dribbled it out of bounds. Fourth Flames turnover. That one unforced. Solid crowd on hand here in Liberty Arena. Maybe not quite as big as Thursday night, but pretty close. Salary on the drive for WKU, and she's going to be called for an offensive foul. Anna Bedoza stepped in and drew the charge, and maybe that's the thing that lights the fire under the Flames. They have not had a ton of energy. Again, the 2 times that they've had a little bit of momentum after hitting three-pointers, they gave up a three right away on the other end. Bedoza pressured, finds Steenbergen. Now near wing to Boone. Boone back up to Steenbergen. Squared for a moment, now takes a dribble and gives far side to Moore. Moore takes her way into the paint and gives to Smuda. Now far side to Bedoza. Bedoza's cut off. Back to Smuda. Smuda works her way into the paint, goes up and under, missed the shot, got her own rebound, and it's out of bounds to Liberty. But there's only 1 second showing on the shot clock. The Flames were wanting a foul. They're going to have to inbound the basketball and shoot quickly. Bedoza with it in her hands. Gives to Steenbergen. She fires it up, but it actually got tipped, so the clock started as soon as the ball was tipped, and she couldn't get a shot off in time. And Coach Kerry Green is pleading his case on the far side of the court that Bella Smuda got fouled, and he's got a pretty good case. WKU with the basketball, and then they lose it out of bounds. Oh no. They're going to say that it deflected off of a Lady Flame. So the Lady Toppers have it, leading 20-12. A minute 15 to go in this first quarter. Gilvin at the top of the arc. She's going to try to drive. Goes over the top of Smuda and banks it in. Flames haven't scored in 2.5 minutes, and they turn the ball over. Bedoza has her pocket picked by Gilvin, and Gilvin lays it in, and it's just getting worse and worse for the Lady Flames. They trail by 12 and lose the ball again. Gilvin takes it away from Boone and scores. 40 seconds to go in the second quarter. Liberty does get through the pressure now. A 9-0 run for WKU, and the Flames with 4 turnovers in the last 3 minutes. Boone for 3. It's off the mark, but Steenbergen gets the rebound. She goes to Smuda. Smuda's jumper is good, and that's something the Flames certainly needed. Try to get a little bit of momentum going into the quarter break. WKU can hold for the final shot. 10 seconds. Chatfield dribbles on the near wing and is fouled by Bedoza with 4.4 seconds to go in the quarter. Anna was trying to contest the jumper, was called for the foul, and now WKU with a couple of free throws. Chatfield 73% on the year, misses the first. Liberty will have time after this free throw to try to get something going. They'll have to do it quickly. That free throw misses as well. Flames get the board and not going to get a shot off before time expires, but they do get essentially a stop after the 2 missed free throws by Chatfield. Takes us to the end of this first quarter. Liberty trailing by 12. They've been down by as many as 14. WKU shooting 71% from the field, 10 of 14. And they have a lead as we head to the second. They'll also have the basketball when we return. Here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haley's.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
Live play-by-play coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner continues on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now it's time for a Carter Bank & Trust game at a glance.
WKU leads Liberty 26-14 as we head to the second quarter. Lady Toppers 10 of 14 from the field, the Flames 5 of 13. WKU also 4 of 6 from 3. Liberty 2 of 8. Flames have given the ball away 7 times and only forced 1 turnover. An 11-0 advantage in points off turnovers for WKU. Flames do have a 9-4 rebounding edge, but there's not been a lot of rebounds to be had for WKU as far as offensive rebounds because they've made just about every shot. Second chance points 4-0. Liberty points in the paint 12-4. Lady Toppers. Gilbin with 14 points leads everybody. She's 6 of 7 from the field. Averages 12.4. She's dusted that in the first quarter. I'm assuming the Flames had a soul-searching conversation during that media timeout. They come out with a mix of starters and bench players to begin the second quarter. Bella Smuda and Jordan Hodges, 2 of the starters. Three-pointer from Salary is off the mark. not the shot that WKU was looking for. They still had some time on the clock as well. I'm not sure what was in the thinking process there for what is normally a very heady Destiny salary. Maybe a heat check. Everything was going in, but that was a tough shot. Smuda with the ball for Liberty. Brooke Moore off of the screen. Steenbergen and Avery Mills, the other two Lady Flames on the court as it's knocked away with 6 seconds to shoot. Liberty will inbound on the far side of the court, and they'll have to get moving quickly. Flames attacking the goal to our right. Hodges bounces it into Smuda. Smuda hands back to Hodges. 4 seconds to shoot. Hodges is going to drive, and she lost the handle. I think realizing she needed to get that shot along the baseline quickly, it just fumbled off of her fingertips. WKU will get it back. WKU had a 12-4 run to begin the game. They scored 9 straight points late in the first quarter, led by as many as 14 as the Flames get a steal. Steenbergen knocked it away. Hodges comes out of the pack and will come back on the near side to Steenbergen. She picks up her dribble, goes to Moore, and Moore is able to lay it in on the right side. Well-run offense by Liberty. They get it back to a 10-point game. Gilvin to Meade to Salary. Now along the baseline to Legny. Up to Salary again. Her shot in the paint is off the mark. Moore with the board. Maybe a little bit going for the Flames right now. Hodges up into the offensive end. Will drive all the way through and lay it in. Credit a Bella Smuda screen to help out the Flames. Now cut this down to an 8-point game. 8:10 and the clock running in the second quarter. WKU, they have a nice backdoor pass, and Hayes, Acacia Hayes, who came in off the bench, is able to score. She's not starting today, but averages almost 30 minutes a game for WKU. They lead by 10. Flames Moore with the ball on the far side. Skips it to Mills. Mills will bounce it in the middle to Steenbergen. It goes back far side to Moore. Her pass is deflected out of bounds. It'll stay with Liberty with 8 seconds to shoot. The white uniform clad Flames look back to Coach Kerry Green to get a play call. WKU in the red unis. Inbound pass comes to Moore. Moore goes up top to Steenbergen. She's got 5 seconds to shoot. Is double teamed and has it stolen away by Gilvin. Gilvin runs back the opposite end and lays it through. 30-18, Liberty now down by 12 again, 4 straight points from WKU. Smuda, near side to Steenbergen. Steenbergen for 3, yes! Bean Steenbergen rises up from 3rd Street. Cuts it down to a 9-point game. Gilvin was left all alone. The Flames, a miscommunication at the top, and Josie Gilvin, who has had the half of her life, and we've still got 7 minutes to go. 18 points for Gilvin. 32-21, WKU. Mills to Steenbergen. Steenbergen, another 3, short. The rebound tipped into the corner and picked up by Salary for WKU. They get it down court quickly to Telegny. Now back up top to Salary. Salary will hand off to Hayes. Hayes far wing to Meade to Gilvin, and Gilvin's going to take a 3. It's in and out. Why not try it? But the Flames can't get the defensive rebound. WKU will reset. Gilvin again with the basketball, guarded by Mills. Over on the far side to Hayes. Her 3-pointer's good. WKU back up by 14. 6 minutes to go in the second quarter. Steenbergen, far side to Moore, almost had it stolen. Lobs into Smuda. She makes the catch, is double teamed and fouled. Legny, I believe, is going to be the one that picks up the foul. Very few fouls called in this game so far, but Telegny has picked up 2. Flames have 4 players with 1 foul. Telegny with 2 and Salary with 1 for WKU. She'll check out of the game. Telegny, that is. Flames inbound, and they go to Smuda. Smuda triple team, will dish to Mills. Now to Hodges, back to Mills. In the corner to Moore, wide open for 3. Off the mark though, and the rebound goes to Gilvin. Gilvin with the basketball. Over to Hayes. Hayes up top to Sal. Sal, the Salary, and an offensive foul called on Destiny Salary. She pushed off Avery Mills. Flames down by 14. This is almost exactly what happened in the other direction on Thursday night. Oh, this is a much higher scoring game. We're on pace for this one to be, well, honestly, in the 90s almost. 90 to 80s. It was a much lower scoring game on Thursday night. Flames with the basketball. Smuda going to take a couple of nice dribbles on the near block and bank it in. Bella Smuda coming off a 21.10 rebound effort Thursday night. Cuts the lead down to 12. Sal with the basketball, and she traveled. That'll bring us to a media timeout with 4:45 to go in the second quarter. The Liberty deficit is down to 12 after being as high as 14. We'll take a break as well and be back right after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
When it was time for my family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter, at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
It's a new era for Liberty Flames baseball. First-year head coach Bradley LaCroix is ready to lead the Flames to new heights.
Our ultimate goal is to win championships, play in the postseason, and hopefully one day get to Omaha.
With a fresh roster and a clean slate, the Flames are taking aim at the best teams in Conference USA.
Deep to left, and out of here!
Be at Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium for all 31 home games. Season tickets at LibertyFlamesBaseball.com. You're listening to Lady Flames Basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
4:45 to go in this second quarter. Liberty trailing WKU 35-23. The Lady Flames could come back and win this game. They would share the regular season title and be the number 1 seed in the Conference USA tournament. They've got some work to do against a WKU squad that's shooting 67% from the field, 14 of 21, and 56% from 3, 5 of 9. Flames aren't shooting the ball bad, 47% from the field. Not their normal percentage from 3, 3 of 11. Turnovers have also been a problem, especially during a stretch where the Flames had 2 back-to-back turnovers after a WKU score. 2 straight turnovers in the middle of that 9-0 WKU run, which pushed it out to a 14-point lead. Full court pressure being shown by the Lady Toppers. Elizabeth Ayesdotter will inbound. Flames have the starting unit on the court. Hodges across half. We'll set things up. On the near wing to Boone. Now Boone hands back to Hodges. And to Hess, who's open for three. Yes! Emma Hess drains the baseline three. And the Flames have gotten it into single digits. WKU transitions back up court quickly. Hayes to Pratcher. And outside to Meade. Meade hands to Hayes, and Hayes comes back to Pratcher. Over to Gilvin. Gilvin leads everybody with 18 points. Sal now will take a three. It's off long, and Smuda gets the rebound about 16 feet away from the basket. That had a big kick to it. Liberty on offense, down 35-26. Hess to Boone at the top of the arc. Now far side Ayestadter. And to Smuda. Smuda faces and then passes to Hodges. They try to repost Smuda. Instead, Hodges will take a couple of dribbles and hand off to Hess. Hess to Hodges. Hodges lost the handle, has to force up the shot, does get it to the rim. But Western Kentucky gets the board. Meade back the other side. Out to Pratcher. Now to Gilvin. Gilvin bounces it back to Meade. Meade calls for some movement. Lobs to Sal. Sal's backdoor pass to Hayes was deflected, but a foul first against Liberty. Asia Boone is going to be called for a hold. And that will be her second personal foul. At least for the moment, she's going to stay in the game with two. Inbound pass comes up to Gilvin. Gilvin guarded by Boone. A pass near wing to Hayes. Hayes' three-pointer is off the mark. And Liberty gets the board. Boone up court to Hess. Hess bounces it back to Hodges. Hodges around the screen. Guarded by Gilvin. Retreats back to midcourt. Finds Ayestadter. Who goes to Hess on the far wing. 12 seconds to shoot. Hess has her attempted pass stolen away, and then it's taken back by Liberty. The initial steal was Pratcher. We're going to have a foul called against WKU as Gilvin tried to steal it back from Boone. First on Gilvin. Liberty will have the basketball with 30 seconds on the shot clock, 2:38 to go until halftime. WKU by 9. They've led by as many as 14. The Flames have not led in this game. Hodges tries to bounce a pass to Smuda, and it's stolen away. Gilvin the other way lays it in. Just a lazy pass that was telegraphed. We've seen Gilvin get some easy transition points in this game just from stealing the basketball. She's got 20. Boone into Smuda, cross court to Hess. Hess is wide open for three. Nothing but net for Emma Hess. And that was a miscue by WKU, and now another miscue by WKU. They throw the ball away. Sixth turnover of the afternoon for the Lady Toppers. The Flames have 11, but 4 of those turnovers for WKU have occurred in the last 4 minutes of the ball game. Claudia Athene has come in for the Lady Flames to run the point. She has Gilvin on her. Over to Ayestadter. She's going to drive in and have it knocked away, out of bounds. She was wanting a foul, complains to the official, but doesn't get the call. And the Flames haven't really gotten the benefit of very many fouls in the act of shooting in the last 2 games. And I say that not to seem like sour grapes, but they have been more attack-minded the last 2 games and probably have earned more shots than they've gotten. 37-29, WKU with the lead in the basketball. Sal's going to turn into a long jumper and hit. Not much you can do there. She was defended by Smuda pretty well. Just better offense. Liberty up court to Hess. She'll try another three. It's off the mark. Long rebound to Meade. And Meade will run it down court for WKU to Hayes to Sal. Sal another three-pointer way off to the right. Liberty with the board. Athene into the offensive end for the Lady Flames. Boone with Gilvin on her. Now to Smuda. Smuda back on the near wing to Boone. Boone steps for three and gets the roll. Front rim, glass and in for Asia Boone. Flames have made this a 7-point game. They've got momentum on their side as we have 30 seconds to go till halftime. About a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock, and the Flames get a steal. Smuda knocked it loose. Athene comes away with it, and Liberty can hold for the final shot of the half. This Liberty crowd who's been on their hands throughout the entire first half because of the scoreboard are now starting to come alive. Athene, she's going to drive along the baseline, is cut off, bounces it to Hess. Hess for three, off the side of the backboard. Rebound WKU. They've got it in the backcourt with 3 seconds. Meade gets to the midcourt stripe, fires it up, and banks it off the mark. So Liberty couldn't keep the momentum going into halftime, not able to get a score on the last play. And Alexis Meade looks a little bit shaken up after the play. She wears a face guard because of her nose, and she is kind of holding her nose as she comes to the sideline. Going to get looked at by the WKU athletic training staff. But she looks a little worse for the wear across the way. I don't know if maybe after that half-court shot if she got hit or what, but she's definitely struggling as the teams go into the locker room for intermission. 39-32, WKU with the lead, but they've been up by as many as 14 in the first half. They're shooting 59% from the field, the Flames 48%. Both teams have hit quite a few three-pointers. Lady Toppers 5 of 13, the Flames 6 of 17. Those outside numbers brought to you by Century Exteriors. We'll have a complete look at the Larry's Tire and Auto stats coming up a little bit later on in halftime. Also, Trey will give us the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard when we return here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Owned and operated by a Liberty alum, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair offers complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord. And coming soon, Larry's Tire will expand to a new service center in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
The President's Day sales event is happening now at Lynchburg Nissan, and the savings are monumental. Get historically low rates, up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, and unbeatable offers on 2025 models. Plus, every new Nissan comes with our million-mile powertrain warranty, giving you peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't wait, these historic deals won't last. Stop by Lynchburg Nissan today, or visit us online to claim your savings. Lynchburg Nissan, home of the million-mile warranty. Don't wait, these historic deals won't last.
Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry provides dental health services including dental implants, cosmetic dentistry, extractions, and more. Their office treats patients of all ages and accepts major dental insurances. Peary and Woolwine Family Dentistry is located at 2229 Mural Road next to EC Glass High School in Lynchburg. You can reach the office by phone at 434-847-5331 and online at PearyFamilyDentistry.com. The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
First half is history. Now it's time for the Lady Flames halftime report, presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team, proud supporter of the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now let's get a check of the out-of-town scoreboard, built by Frank Good Builders.
Welcome into our Lynchburg studios for halftime. Trey Lyle here with you. Your halftime score: Western Kentucky 39, Liberty 32, in a game in which, if the Flames win, they will clinch the number 1 seed in the Conference USA Championship. As for the Lady Flames, their path to that 1 seed is quite simple. As I mentioned, win and you get it. But there is another path. It was a Middle Tennessee loss, and we will now update, if that is possible, with the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. So starting with that aforementioned game between Middle Tennessee and FIU, 3:01 left in the fourth, Middle 62, Florida International 38. So it appears the Flames will need to win to be the elusive 1 seed. If they lose, they will be the 2 seed, and they will share, either way, they will share the Conference USA Championship with Middle Tennessee. Other scores in Conference USA: halftime for Jacksonville State and Kennesaw State. Kennesaw State holding on to a 2-point lead, 28-26. As for the top 25 in women's college basketball, plenty of action going on right now. Starting in the ACC semifinal for you. Number 6 Notre Dame, number 11 Duke, tied at 11 with 3:14 left in the third quarter. The winner of that game will take on NC State as they defeated North Carolina 66-55 in the first ACC semifinal. South Dakota State advances in the Summit League. They are now maintain their undefeated record in the Summit League as they defeat North Dakota 84-55. And in a Big East quarterfinal, UConn advances 71-40 over St. John's. As for other action, moving to the men's side, no action going on currently in Conference USA. The Flames set to tip in about 14 minutes from now. The live coverage has already started on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Flames and Western Kentucky on the men's side. Liberty looking to win and clinch the number 1 seed in Conference USA on the men's side as well. As for the top 25, we'll start with a couple of finals for you. It was an interesting noon slate. Arkansas defeat at home, gets a key win for a bubble team, Arkansas being that bubble team, over number 25 Mississippi State 93-92. Number 19 Kentucky with a nice win over number 15 Missouri 91-83, and maybe the game of the day. Honestly, it could hold up with number 6 St. John's gets their 18th win in Big East play. They defeat Marquette 86-84 in overtime. A buzzer beater by St. John's to get the win in this one. What a game. What a moment. Big win for the Red Storm as they were able to defeat Marquette 86-84. Other scores in the top 25 going on right now on the men's side. Penn State up 78-71 over number 12 Wisconsin. Number 10 Iowa State 40, Kansas State 32. Number 4 Tennessee 27, South Carolina 25. Number 14 Louisville 14, Stanford 18. Number 7 Alabama over number 1 Auburn 17-10. When we come back, we'll update you about your Liberty Flames. We'll tell you the starters for the men's basketball game, plus baseball's in action as well. This is the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Thompson has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
At
Carter Bank, we believe life is best lived full of opportunities and dreams, of goals achieved and promises kept. We've been creating opportunities for more people and businesses to prosper since 1974. That means great local lending, convenient access to your money, accounts and guidance that make it easier to get more done. We are Carter Bank, the preferred community bank of Liberty Flames Athletics. Visit carterbank.com to learn more. Member FDIC, Equal Opportunity Lender.
I'm Bob Davis. If you're considering improving your backyard, AquaPros has just what you need. For the grilling devotee, nothing beats the big green egg. Everything tastes better when it's cooked on a big green egg. AquaPros has the full line of green egg grills, charcoal, and accessories. Since 1985, AquaPros has been the source for the world's greatest hot tub, American-made marquee spas. Stop into any of AquaPros 4 showrooms today and make your home a fun and relaxing resort.
Now back to the halftime report presented by the Carl Miller Realty Team from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
Welcome back inside our Lynchburg studios. Your halftime score, Western Kentucky 39, Liberty 32. I am Trey Lyle. Update you about the tip, Liberty versus Western Kentucky on the men's side, about 10 minutes away. Your typical starters for Liberty in that one. And for baseball, Central Michigan currently leading 1-0 in the bottom of the third. However, Flames have 2 on with 1 out. All right, let's head back out to the Liberty Arena. Jamie Hall will have the first half statistics and the second half tip. This is the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Looking to buy a home or now is the time to take advantage of your one-of-a-kind offer from Alcova Mortgage. As an employee or alumni with Liberty University, you are eligible to receive a lender credit that equates to 1% of your total loan amount up to $5,000. This offer provides you with some much-needed savings while also helping you tackle your closing costs. Visit alcova.com/liberty today for details. Offer does not apply to broker loans.
Alcova Mortgage, NMLS ID 40508, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, Equal Housing Lender.
At Carilion Clinic, the success of their employees is based on a culture that welcomes them and nurtures their growth. As the largest nonprofit employer west of Richmond, Carillion's team members are always learning and forever curious. Carilion is more than a healthcare system. It's a team of unique individuals doing what matters most, caring for the community. Visit CarillionClinic.org/careers and search their opportunities. Come join 13,000 employees who are Carilion proud.
Hi, it's Jonathan Cotton, and people often ask me, what is the Good Feet store? I respond, we are an arch support store. When you come in, our staff is going to welcome you and listen to your needs. We want to learn about you, your lifestyle, your work, and the types of shoes you enjoy wearing. Then after measuring your feet, we are going to fit you from a selection of over 300 styles and sizes of arch supports. Come into the Good Feet store for your free fitting and test walk. Visit goodfeet.com for the location nearest you. We look forward to seeing you soon at the Good Feet store.
Thousands of our teammates make and deliver 300 of the world's best brands and flavors, locally. From the heartland to the coast, in big cities and small towns. Our products are moving, and our trucks are rolling. We share a passion and a purpose, and we love to refresh and serve our communities. We are Coca-Cola Consolidated, your local bottler.
It's almost time for the second half. Now back to the arena for a check of the stats from the first half, presented by Larry's Tire and Auto Repair.
Well, it wasn't a pretty start for Liberty, but they have been able to chip away of late. They trail by as many as 14. It's currently a 7-point game as we sit at halftime. 39-32. Statistically, you don't have to look any further than Josie Gilvin. She is 9 of 11 from the field. She's hit a couple of threes, 20 points. Her career high is 28. She's well on the way for that. And 5 steals by Gilvin in the first half. WKU shooting 59% from the field, 39% from 3, 5 of 13, 2 of 4 at the free throw line. Liberty is shooting 48% from the field, 6 of 17 from 3 and 2 of 2 at the free throw line. Liberty did hit 4 of 9 from outside the arc in the second quarter. And during that same span, WKU was 1 of 7 from 3. And that was when Lady Flames were able to pull it a bit closer. And they were trailing by 14 on a couple of occasions. Most recent at 35-21. So an 11-4 run to end out the half for the Lady Flames. Telegny also with 7 points for WKU. Hayes has 5. For the Flames, Asia Boone and Emma Hess lead the way with 8 points apiece. Jordan Hodges with 5. Bella Smuda with 4. Rebounding 15-10 in favor of Liberty, 4-1 on the offensive glass. The Flames with only a 4-3 edge in second chance points. So the one offensive board for WKU led to a 3-pointer. Points off turnover, 17-7 WKU. They have forced 12 Liberty giveaways, and they've only given the ball away 7 times. Points in the paint, 20-10 Lady Toppers, and fast break points, 8-0. A lot of that because of those 5 steals from Josie Gilvin. She basically stole the ball and scored. At least on 3 different occasions that I can remember. Bench points, 7 apiece. Flames have not led in this basketball game. Again, trailed by as many as 14. They're currently down by 7 as the second half gets underway. Liberty going from right to left now, wearing the white uniforms with red numbers. WKU in the red uniforms with black numbers and white trim. Flames the basketball. Ayestadter comes near side to Boone, in the corner to Hodges. She'll drive and kick to Hess. Hess fakes the 3, goes to Smuda. Smuda kicks to Boone. Boone in the corner to Hodges, open for 3. Yes, sir! Jordan Hodges with 8, and the Flames have made this a 4-point game. Salary, she'll pull up from the elbow and bang it home. That was a tough shot. That's one of those where, as a defender, you just kind of go, well done. You can't really defend it much better. Flames on their offensive side. Hodges goes to Boone on the far wing. She's going to attack, cups the ball, drives, and draws a foul. 2 free throws ahead for Asia Boone. Flames have only taken 2 free throws so far, and those were by Asia Boone. 76% free throw shooter on the year. First free throw's off the mark. Back rim. She'll have another. Trying to cut into this 6-point WKU lead. She does. 41-36, a minute into the third quarter. Mackenzie Chatfield. Far side to Salary. Alexis Mead is in the game. We saw her get bumped a little bit there towards the end of the first half and needed some treatment as Gilvin's shot is off the mark and the Flames get the rebound. Liberty down by 5. Hodges swings a pass out to Ayestadter. She picks up her dribble and goes to Smuda. Smuda works it out to Hess, and Hess saves it from going into the back court. Then it goes off Gilvin, and the Flames will hold on to the possession. What a play by Emma Hess to save the errant pass and keep the play alive for Liberty. Inbounds comes to Smuda. She hands to Hodges, now to Hess. Ayestadter thought about a 3, now will drive, gives to Smuda. Smuda's 15-foot jumper is off the mark to the left. Might have been altered a little bit by the defender. Salary, the opposite end to Gilvin, back to Salary. Salary, guarded by Hodges, will bounce it to Mead. Mead has Hess on her with 12 seconds to shoot. Dribble handoff to Chatfield in the middle to Telegny, and her jumper is good. 43-36 WKU. Liberty breaks through some pressure. They got a 2-on-1. We'll kick it outside to Hodges for three. Yes, indeed! Jordan Hodges lighting up here in the second half. She's got 11, and the Flames have cut it down to 4. Meade drives, missed the shot. Contested by Smuda. Hess with the ball up court. Almost lost the handle. Bounces it into Bella. Bella drives through and goes to the right side where she lays it in. Great patience by Bella, and Liberty's made this a 2-point game. The crowd in Liberty Arena comes alive. Backdoor pass by WKU to Chatfield, and she's able to score. Give the assist to Telegny, and a big answer by the Lady Toppers. They're back up by 4. That quiets the crowd. Hodges, another three-point attempt off to the right. Gilvin with the rebound for WKU. To Salary, and then it's lost by Telegny. She lost her footing. Fell to the floor. Liberty comes away with the basketball. Hodges inside to Boone. Boone has it stripped away and taken back by WKU. The Flames are wanting a foul, and they do not get the call. Everybody has to get back on the defensive end. Chatfield with the basketball to Telegny. Telegny now back on the near wing to Chatfield. Dribbles against Boone. Goes cross court to Salary. Salary in the corner to Meade. Meade up top to Telegny. Telegny for three. It's short. Rebound Iastadter, and the Flames have the basketball, trailing by 4. Now to Hess in the corner. Boone. She's going to drive, has some space, but has it blocked away and out of bounds by Telegny. Meade is going to have to check out of the game. She goes right back to the training staff. Flames inbounding to Boone. Boone for three. Yes! Asia Boone from the far corner has made this a 1-point game. Boone with 12. Backdoor pass for WKU goes out of bounds. 9th Lady Topper turnover. Liberty with a chance to take their first lead of the game. They've trailed by as many as 14. Hodges with Gilvin on her. She comes across the timeline. Waits for a screen, dribbles to the far. Now up top to Smuda. Smuda working against Telegny to Hess. Hess is fouled by Gilvin on the floor. It's only the second foul of the quarter. Also the second on Gilvin. Liberty will put it back in play on the baseline. Scoring at the goal to our left. Hodges with the ball in her hands will go up top to Hess. Hess around Gilvin, lost the handle, goes to the floor, and the Flames are going to call a timeout. We've seen a couple players lose their footing here in this third quarter. Telegny did a couple possessions ago for WKU and lost the basketball. Hess slid to the floor but was able to keep the ball, and Coach Kerry Green called a timeout to save the possession. Every possession may be very vital as this game continues on. Liberty trailing by 1, 45-44. 5:23 to go in the third, and a timeout on the court. We'll take one as well and be back after this from the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. With a focus on honesty, education, and excellence, they light the way to savings, home comfort, and a greener future. Educating homeowners about the power of solar and energy efficiency is their winning game plan. More information about Earthright Mid-Atlantic? 434-200-9716 or at erepower.com.
Your business deserves a bank that values relationships and prioritizes customer service. Since 1979, First Bank and Trust Company has been delivering on these very commitments. Our bankers have been accessible, consultative, and provide a degree of understanding developed through years of commercial experience. First Bank and Trust has the expertise and capital to fund small and large projects up to $32 million. More information on First Bank and Trust and its services is available at firstbank.com. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Frank Good Builders is a proud supporter of the Liberty Flames. Frank Good Builders and its partners design and build beautiful custom homes in the Lynchburg and the surrounding areas. From designing a plan to picking out fixtures, Frank Good Builders works with you to design and build your truly custom dream home. Frank Good Builders can be reached at 434-238-3710 or frankgoodbuilders.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
Liberty's cut this down to a one-point game with 5:23 to go in the third quarter, 45-44. Flames will have the basketball and 15 seconds to shoot when we return to play. Liberty is one three-pointer away from tying the program record, which was set last year at 230. Jordan Hodges has a career-high 4 three-pointers in a game earlier this season against WKU. She's hit 3 today, so one off of her record. Alexis Mead has not returned for WKU as she's being looked at on the end of the WKU bench. She took a shot. Somehow we didn't see exactly what happened at the end of the first half. Played here in the second half, but now is headed back to the bench. She wears a face shield already. Liberty with the starting unit on the court. Boone will inbound to Hodges, and Hodges comes near side to Hess. 10 seconds to shoot. Hess back to Hodges. Into Smuda. Smuda in the high post. Will take a couple of dribbles with 4. Slides to the basket, missed the shot, got her own rebound. It's loose to Hess. Hess puts it back up, miss. Back to Ayestadter, who scores! The Flames all over the glass, and they've taken their first lead of the ball game. 46-45. Under 5 minutes to go in the third. WKU's Gilvin is left wide open at the top of the arc and hits. I don't know how in the world you missed that assignment, the way Gilvin has played in this basketball game. WKU back up by 2. Hodges to Ayestadter, now near side to Boone. Boone steps for 2, hits the top of the backboard. And we're going to have a rebounding foul against the Lady Toppers, which will bring us right back to another media timeout. The one a moment ago was because Coach Green called timeout. This is the under 5 third quarter media timeout. Gilvin picks up the personal, and that's big because she now has 3. We'll see how Western Kentucky handles that coming back from the break. Josie Gilvin with a team high, a game high, 23 points on 10 of 13 shooting and 3 three-pointers. Also leads them in rebounding with 4. But now has 3 fouls and leads them in that category, which she doesn't want. Liberty with the ball when we come back, trailing by 2, 4:26 left in the third here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Turn up the heat. Foster Fuels is a proud partner of Liberty Athletics. Foster has been fostering warm moments for 100 years. Headquartered in Brookneal, Virginia, Foster has been providing exceptional propane and gas services since 1921. Stop by one of our 6 showroom locations across Central Virginia to view our wide range of products. From propane to fireplaces and grills to tank installs and tankless water heaters, Foster has it all. Download our app or visit fosterfuels.com for more info.
Move those coffee chains, Flames fans, and go local. Central Virginia's own Ironclad Coffee Roasters and Baking Company is the premier coffee partner of Liberty Athletics. Pay them a visit at one of their cafes in the Richmond area or at the Richmond International Airport. They'll also ship their specialty grade coffee straight to your door. Visit ironcladcoffee.com, that's www.ironcladcoffee.com, to check out the coffee Flames fans are talking about.
What's important isn't that Freedom First has been in business since 1956. What's important is how we've been doing business since 1956. Since day one, we have been accountable to our members, not stockholders. We make loans that cost less, offer savings plans that pay more, and give back to our community, and that hasn't changed. What has changed is our ability to serve you with more locations and more technology to simplify your financial life. Freedom First. It's a place where anyone in our region can bank for good.
Now back to Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.
48-46, WKU with the lead over Liberty. 4:26 to go in the third quarter. I want to say a couple of hellos. Folks listening in, Bruce, listening in Liberty Arena. Tracy is up in Michigan listening. Michael says keep it rolling. Bob's in the arena too. And Lucas is over in Roanoke. Ron's in North Myrtle Beach. Let me try that again. Myrtle Beach. How about Myrtle Beach? Is that Pig Latin? I think maybe. Liberty took their first lead of the game, a possession ago, but then gave up a Gilvin 3. WKU is up by 2, but the Flames will have the basketball. Gilvin stays in with those 3 personal fouls. Hodges up to Hess at the top of the arc. She bounces it back to Hodges, and now on the near side to Boone. Boone to Smuda to Hess on the far wing. The Ayestado tried to pass it over to Boone. Boone tips it to herself and gives back to Hess. Flames with 5 seconds to shoot. Hess is going to drive, floats it up, missed the shot, got her own rebound, and her putback's good. All in one motion. Emma Hess went up to get the board and popped it back in. We're tied at 48. Hayes with the basketball for WKU. Near side to Salary for 3, and she hits. And WKU is going to take a timeout. As Josie Gilvin got knocked to the floor, and she's a little slow getting up as she heads over to the bench. So we've said time and time again here in this game, the Flames have hit a big shot, and WKU has answered with a three-pointer. Destiny Salary just did. It was her 26th three-pointer of the year. Makes it 51-48 WKU. Lady Toppers are now 7 of 16 for the game from 3. The Flames are 9 of 21. Lady Toppers are shooting 60% from the field, Liberty 47%. If we just went by those numbers, it would be surprising that it's a three-point game, but Liberty has been able to dominate the glass 23-12 and get some second chance points. Flames with the basketball. Gilvin not on the court after that timeout. Boone with the ball from near wing. Has it on the left-handed dribble, comes to Smoot on the high post, now far side to Hess. Hess to Hodges. Hodges with 9 seconds to shoot. Goes again to Hess. Hess trying to post Smuda. She makes the catch, is into a double team, and a blocking foul against WKU will put Smuda to the free throw line. Delegny tried to slide over, Chatfield tried to slide over and draw the charge, but basically undercut Bella. Didn't give her a place to land. Liberty will shoot a couple of free throws. We see Emmy Stout coming to the scorer's table. She'll check in for Smuda. Claudia Athene Avery Mills and Brooke Moore will also come into the game for the Lady Flames. Elizabeth Ayesdotter stays in, and assuming Bella hits the second free throw, Liz would be the only starter staying on the court. Bella's first free throw hit the back rim, went high in the air and fell through. Bella, 65% on the year, hits the second one more traditionally. It makes it a one-point game. She'll check out. Both teams with quite a few bench players in at the moment. Chatfield, Salary, Hayes, Telegny, and now Kaddour, Salma Kaddour, the fifth player for WKU. Chatfield with the ball in the far side corner. Bounces it up top to Hayes. Hayes for three. It's way off the mark to the left. Liberty with the rebound. Claudia Athene running the point. Drives, kicks to Mills, now to Ayesdotter. She picks up her dribble and lobs it back outside to Moore. To Stout, now to Mills. Mills for three. Short. Got her own rebound. Dribbles it into the corner and finds Athene at the top of the arc. We're going to have a displacement foul under the basket called against WKU. And is that 4 or 5? It's 5 for the Lady Toppers. The Flames will shoot some free throws, and I believe it'll be Emmy Stout shooting them. Emmy on the season, a 63% free throw shooter. Can regain the lead for Liberty. Stout's first free throw is nothing but net. We're tied at 51. Second free throw is also good. Liberty back on top. WKU quickly into their offense. Chatfield comes near side to Salary. Now to Kaddour. Goes back door to Hayes, and Hayes has her shot blocked by Moore. And the Flames come away with the basketball. Athene across half court. Dribbles around a double team. And looking for a teammate to pass to. Gets it to Mills. Mills, far side to Moore. Moore along the baseline is cut off to Mills. Mills fakes the three, dives in, draws the foul, and the shot just falls off the rim. 2 free throws for Avery Mills to try to extend what is now a 1-point Liberty lead. Mills on the season, 90% free throw shooter. Foul was against Kaddour. It's her first. Elizabeth Ayesdotter will check out of the game, so the Flames have the entire second unit on at the moment with Claudia Athene running the point. Mills' first free throw, rattles in. Rim, glass, a little more rim, and it rolled down. Largest lead of the game for Liberty. Mills' second free throw is good. 54-51. Still no Alexis Mead or Josie Gilvin for WKU. They both checked out of the game and were being treated by the training staff. Chatfield drives along the baseline, is cut off, bounces it back to Salary. Her three-pointer is an air ball, but right to Kaddour. And then her pass is picked off. Steenbergen comes away with a steal for Liberty. Athene looks up court. Doesn't have anything, will give back to Steenbergen. Now to Mills. Mills for three. Yes! Avery Mills from 3rd Street. Liberty leads 57-51. What a comeback by the Lady Flames. They trailed by 14 in the first half. Timeout taken by WKU. We've used all of our media timeouts, so this will be just a 30-second timeout. Lady Toppers will have 2 timeouts left. The Flames have 3. For Mills, that's 5 points in the game. Boone leads Liberty with 12. Hodges 11, Hess 10. Gilvan's 23. She's the only player in double digits for WKU. Liberty currently on a 9-0 run. WKU hasn't scored in about 2.5 minutes. And they still don't have two of their catalysts on the floor, Alexis Mead or Josie Gilvan, and not a good sign for Mead as she looks like she might actually have it's hard to tell, maybe a little bit of a black eye, and she doesn't have her face shield on anymore, which might not be a good indication for her. Kadur on the inside for WKU, a nice catch and finish by Salma Kadur. Only averaging 3 points a game, but she has made it now a 57-53 Liberty lead. Cutting into the Flames' edge. Brooke Moore with the basketball. And we're going to have the shot was off the mark, and we're going to have a rebounding foul against Liberty. That is the first Flames foul called in the third quarter with 57.5 to go. (57-53) Liberty. WKU Salary guarded by Stout. Outside to Hayes. Hayes' three is short, but an offensive rebound by Salary, and they'll reset. 15 seconds to shoot. To West, now near side to Hayes. Back across to Salary. Salary fakes the three, lobs it back to Hayes. Hayes now to West. 5 seconds to shoot to Salary. Another three-pointer in and out. Rebound Stout. And the Flames can hold for the final shot of the third quarter. Claudia Athene being guarded by Kadur. On the near side to Mills. Back to Athene with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. She's going to drive along the baseline. Is cut off. Finds Mills. Mills for three. Boom! Avery Mills from downtown. 1 second to go. Salary launches one over the top of the backboard as the horn sounds on this third quarter. Liberty takes a 60-53 lead into the break. This crowd is on their feet. The Flames have erased a 14-point deficit and now take a 7-point advantage into the fourth quarter. We'll catch our breaths and take a break as well and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Hey, Flames fans, Gentry Lock is fired up to join in the excitement this season. Gentry Lock Attorneys knows it's all about preparation, precise teamwork, and a competitive spirit for the hard-fought wins. We've got that down. With our fierce drive to succeed, uncommon thinking, and extensive resources, Gentry Lock helps businesses thrive. We are downtown at 801 Main Street, and we serve the Commonwealth and beyond with offices in Roanoke, Richmond, and Norfolk. All the ways Gentry Lock can help clients succeed is waiting for you at GentryLock.com.
Score big at Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg with major brands of appliances that will make your house feel like a home and outdoor equipment to have your yard looking its best. Haley's puts customer service first. They deliver and service all of the products they sell and will take care of the process from start to finish. Log on to Haleys.com today for product availability. Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg is a proud sponsor for Liberty Flames Athletics.
It's a new era for Liberty Flames baseball. First-year head coach Bradley LaCroix is ready to lead the Flames to new heights.
Our ultimate goal is to win championships, play in the postseason, and hopefully one day get to Omaha.
With a fresh roster and a clean slate, the Flames are taking aim at the best teams in Conference USA.
Deep to left, and out of here!
Be at Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium for all 31 home games. Season tickets at LibertyFlamesBaseball.com. Live play-by-play coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner continues on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now it's time for a Carter Bank & Trust game at a glance.
Well, Lady Flames are on the comeback trail. They were down by 14 in the first half. We're down 39-32 at halftime. But going to the fourth quarter, Liberty is up 60-53. Avery Mills now with 8 points. She's hit a couple of big three-pointers in that third quarter. Overall, Flames on a 12-2 run. Shooting 48% from the field. WKU still above 50%, but they have fallen of late down to 52%. And 7 of 21 from three. Liberty 11 of 24 from outside the arc and 9 of 10 at the free throw line. This team now has set the all-time season record for threes as a squad. Liberty men are up on WKU 27-10 with 9 minutes to go in the first half. Out in Bowling Green, Liberty softball and Kennesaw State no score after one. And we are back underway. WKU will have the ball at the start of this fourth quarter. Chatfield to Salary, now far side to Gilvin. Gilvin, three-pointer is good. Gilvin, who had been out the last few minutes of the third quarter, picked up 3 fouls, but also picked up a little bit of an injury, but comes right back in where she left off. She's got 26 points in the game. The Liberty lead is 4. Athene is going to drive through, and she scores on the near side. Claudia Athene has a deceptively quick first step. Got past everybody. Liberty 62, WKU 56. Chatfield in the middle of the Salary and throws it over her head. The Flames get the basketball. Steenbergen down to Mills, and Mills lays it in. Liberty up by 8. This is their largest lead of the game. Avery has double digits. Hayes to Salary, and Salary will come right back on the near side to Hayes. She has to go high in the air to make the catch. Drives in on Moore and draws a foul on the floor. Moore picks up her first personal. Asia Boone, the only player on Liberty with more than 1 foul. She has 2. Telegny and Gilvin each have 3 for WKU. Salary has 2. Inbound pass to Salary. She comes back to Chatfield. Chatfield to Salary again. Top of the arc. Chatfield on the near wing. Lob pass to Gilvin. Gilvin to Salary. Salary to Chatfield. Chatfield will try a 3 and hit. Chatfield has made it a 5-point game. And the Flames throw the ball away. Scoreboard shows, I've got something wrong here on my sheet, I believe. Scoreboard shows 64, that's actually correct. Two two-pointers for the Flames in the fourth quarter. Liberty 64, WKU 59. Three-pointer near wing, Telegny is off the mark, but Gilvin tracks down the rebound, and WKU will get another chance on this possession to Salary. Salary to Chatfield. Chatfield to Telegny. She's cut off, has to pass out to Hayes, now to Salary. 8 seconds to shoot to Gilvin. Gilvin for 3, off the mark. Rebound, Athene. The turnover doesn't come back to hurt Liberty. They've got the basketball, leading by 5. Athene to Moore. Moore's going to drive in, but missed the shot. And the rebound to Telegny. Fought it away from Stout. The other way, Salary drives through, and she traveled. Ball got caught on her hip. WKU with their 12th turnover. The Flames have 14. Liberty's won the rebounding battle 29-17. Full court pressure for WKU, and Flames with a nifty pass get through it. Athene, Steenbergen, Mills for 3. Oh yeah! Avery Mills is on fire! 13 points for the freshman. Liberty 67-59. Salary with the basketball for WKU. Now up top to Telegny. Her long jumper is short. Liberty with the board. 67-59. Stout with the ball in the high post. Over to Steenbergen. Now to Mills. She thought about it. Instead, we'll give it back to Steenbergen. To Stout. Now to Athene. Athene crosses it over. Steps back for three, off the mark. Moore tracks the rebound down. Saves it to Mills, and Liberty will go back at it as a lob pass goes in to Stout, but it's stolen away by Salary. Flames lead holds at 8. Hayes with the basketball. Now to Chatfield, near wing Salary. She has Athene guarding her. Cross-court pass is picked off by Steenbergen. She leads a 2-on-1 break-up court, and then Gilbin steals it right back to Chatfield. To Hayes for three, off the mark. Long rebound to Legnies. To Chatfield, to Salary. She drives in, pulls from 15, missed the shot, and Moore gets the board for Liberty. Fast pace to the game, but neither team able to score on those last couple of possessions. Liberty up by 8 with the basketball, and we're going to get a timeout taken by Coach Kerry Green, as I think he sees his team maybe a little out of gas. Might be a possibility that they bring some of the starters back out on the court, although no one's making their way to the scorer's table just yet. Liberty up 67-59. And now we see a good chunk of the starting lineup will come back into the game for the Lady Flames. And official indicated a 30-second timeout, but because this is the first called timeout of the fourth quarter and we haven't had a media timeout yet, it makes it into a media timeout. So our final commercial break of the game, Lady Flames leading 67-59, 5:41 to go in the ball game. We're back with more after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
Curious about the housing market in Central Virginia? The caring, competent, trusted advisors at Carl Miller Realty have over 100 years of combined experience. We are committed to helping clients make informed housing decisions. For a winning game plan and to discover the value of your home, visit carlmillerrealty.com to make your next move a slam dunk with our winning team. That's carlmillerrealty.com.
Century Exteriors offers exterior home renovations, including but not limited to gutters, roofing, siding, home additions, and much more. Century Exteriors makes the process seamless. Call 434-239-6722 for a free on-site estimate, or visit us at centuryexteriors.com and Century Exteriors on Facebook and Instagram.
This broadcast of Liberty Flames Athletics is brought to you through underwriting support from Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. They offer complete auto service, including tires, preventive maintenance, and more. Larry's Tire carries all major brands and is open from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Monday through Friday. Larry's Tire has 2 locations in Lynchburg and at Able Tire in Concord, and a new service center coming soon in Forest. More information on Larry's Tire is available at larrystireservice.com.
You're listening to Lady Flames basketball live from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the game.
67-59, Liberty with the lead. They'll have the basketball when we get back underway. Liberty Pep Band in full effect. Cheerleading squad here as well. Full credit to them. Spring break started yesterday. They're hanging around to support the Lady Flames in their final regular season game. Liberty knows that if they win, they're the #1 seed in the Conference USA tournament. Lose and you're the 2 seed. Fans playing Take Me On. I think. Boy, they always put on a great show. Liberty has Boone, Hess, Hodges, Smuda, and Ayestadter. The entire starting lineup is out there. Still no Alexis Mead for WKU. Liberty with the basketball. Hodges at the top, goes far side to Boone. Boone lobs it back to Hess. Hess in the corner to Hodges. Hodges for three, off the mark. Long rebound though to Hess, and she'll reset. 5:20 to go in the game. Liberty with their largest lead, matching that 8-point advantage. Hodges in the far corner, but the pass was too high. Over her head and out of bounds. 17th Liberty turnover. Flames with 3 turnovers in the last 2 minutes. After taking this 8-point lead. WKU's Telegny with the basketball. Cross court to Hayes, in the corner to Gilvin. Gilvin's three-pointer is good. Boy, you just cannot give her any space. I'd almost get to the point now. You just have somebody shadowing her, chasing her around the court. She has 29. That's a career high for Josie Gilvin. And a steal by Hayes. She takes a handoff and goes down the court and lays it in. 5 quick points for WKU. They've made this a 3-point game. And some trouble on the inbounds. The Flames just get it in time. Boone bounces it back to Hodges, and Hodges will come across half court for Liberty. 5 straight points for WKU. Made it a 3-point lead. Flames go inside to Smuda. Smuda catch, but can't finish. The rebound's tipped outside to Hess. Hess will give it back out. Well, actually, she keeps it on the dribble and then has her pass deflected back to her with 12 seconds to shoot. Her drive is out of bounds. Let's see, who's it off of last? It's going to be WKU basketball. So Hess had her pass deflected. Gilvin went to the floor to get it and bounced it off of Hess. So at last touch Liberty with 3:45 to go and a 3-point Flames lead. This crowd has gotten a little bit tense again. Chatfield, near wing 3-pointer for WKU, missed it. And we're going to get a rebounding foul against the Flames. Ayestado picks up the personal. Not in the act of shooting. But WKU will hold on to possession here. 20 seconds to shoot, 3:31 to go in the ball game. They trail by 3. Salary to Chatfield. Chatfield in the middle to Telegny. She's going to work on Smuda. And then dumps it back under to Chatfield. Chatfield kicks to Salary. Salary along the baseline, nothing for. 6 seconds to shoot. She pulls up from the paint, but missed it to the right. And Liberty gets the board. Smuda out to Hess. Hess across half court for Liberty to Boone. Wide open 3. Got it! Asia Boone from 3rd Street. Liberty by 6. Under 3 minutes to go. Huge 3-pointer by the sophomore. Hayes to Gilvin. Gilvin's going to drive and kick to Hayes for 3. Off the mark. Rebound tipped and controlled by Liberty. Ayestado runs it down. Now to Hodges. Flames lead by a half dozen. And almost lost the basketball, but Ayestado is able to track it down. Gives back to Boone. Boone with plenty of time, 15 seconds to shoot. Hands to Hodges. Hodges is going to get it into Smuda in the post. She works her way down on Telegny. Is played very well, and the shot blocked. Excellent defense by Telegny, and WKU comes away with the basketball. Telegny hands to Gilvin. Gilvin fumbled it a bit, now fades, missed, and the rebound is controlled by, well, no one in particular. A foul is called against the Flames. Liberty begging for a call the other way. It didn't go that, though. Hess was saying she got fouled, but eventually the foul call goes against Ayestado. Inbound pass to Gilvin. Gilvin steps into a long 2. It's an air ball, but an offensive rebound by Chatfield, who scores. Right place at the right time. Well, Mackenzie Chatfield has made this a 4-point game. 1:40 to go, the clock running in the fourth quarter. Boone, far side to Hodges. Hodges now to Eyestader. Bounces it in to Boone. Boone now to Hodges. Hodges open for three. Off the mark. The rebound tipped outside where Chatfield tracks it down for WKU. Over to Hayes, who's left wide open for three, in and out. Rebound Liberty. Hayes found an empty spot in the Flames defense but could not capitalize. Hodges with the ball for the Lady Flames. Now to Eyestader. She bounces it back to Boone. Boone for three. Air ball, but Hodges gets the rebound to Smuda, who scores! Bella Smuda from 10. She was a lot smoother doing it than I was telling you about it. Flames up 72-66. Salary going to drive over the top of Smuda. She scores. And Liberty will take a timeout. A 4-point game. 72-68. Timeouts now become a big issue. Flames only have one left, I believe. Maybe two. Let's see. Let's get a recount. No, it is one. Yeah. Yeah, Liberty has used 3 timeouts. One of them to save a possession, and then another when it looked like the second unit was getting a little tired. Coach Green used it to bring in the starters. Now this one to move the basketball across half court. WKU has 2 timeouts remaining. That's the great thing about women's college basketball with the quarter system and the ability to advance. It extends the end of these games and makes things exciting, but also relieves a little bit of the pressure instead of having to go the length of the court. Liberty will bring Avery Mills back in. Good good three-point shooter, but a good free throw shooter. Hodges to put it in play. She bounces it to Boone. Boone is double teamed and now fouled. WKU has some fouls to give. That was just their first, which actually could be problematic if they get to a point where which I think we're at right now, where they're going to probably try to extend this game by putting the Flames at the free throw line. They're going to have to foul them quite a few times to get to that point. Hodges bounces it into Hess. Hess guarded by Gilvin, not fouling her yet. It goes back to Hodges. Hodges dribbles to the far side of the court. Still no foul from Gilvin as Hodges almost has her pocket picked. The ball is loose and WKU does come away with it. 25 seconds to go. They don't foul and they get the steal. Gilvin's going to drive and she scores. With 20.5 to go, the Flames will take their final timeout. WKU has made this a 2-point game. So I was questioning the strategy. Coach Collins knew what he was doing. He trusted his defense, and they forced turnover number 20. They averaged forcing 21 a game. Gilvin scored again. She's got 31, continuing to add to her career high. Flames, with their final timeout, will advance the basketball. So they're going to have to get it in, and we'll see. With 20.5 seconds to go, WKU, with 3 fouls to give, can be very aggressive here. Try to get a steal. If they get called for a foul, no big deal. If it gets to a point where they need to put the Flames to the line, they'll have to foul 3 more times. But still some nail biting going on here in Liberty Arena. This is far from over. You thought that there was a little bit of breathing room for the Lady Flames when they led 72-66. But 4 straight points from WKU set us up for a dramatic finish. We'll see the lineup that Liberty puts on the court. WKU has Hayes, Salary, Chatfield, Cratcher, and Gilvin. Liberty with Hess, Smuda, Boone, Hodges, and Eyestader. Hess will inbound on the near side. Comes up top to Smuda. Smuda is tied up, or no, foul. Foul is the call. The Flames would have had the possession arrow either way, but instead a foul is called, which means the possession arrow will stay with Liberty. WKU still has 2 fouls to give. We've got 17.5 seconds to go. Hess will put it in play again. Now Avery Mills will come in for Smuda. And Hodges will now inbound. And WKU still with 2 fouls to give. Inbound pass goes to Hess on the back door, and she's fouled. And is it in the act of shooting? I believe it's going to be. A lob over the top to Hess. Hess made the catch near the rim, and I think was going up to shoot the layup when the contact occurred. WKU arguing that it was on the floor. The officials are talking about it, and now I think the officials have changed their mind, and they're going to say that it was on the floor, and the Flames are going to have to inbound. So initially they said in the act, but one official overruled the other, and Liberty's going to have to inbound on the baseline. 16.6 to go. Having a little trouble getting it in. They just do to Hess. Hess dribbles around the far wing and is fouled by Pratchett. They still had one more foul to give. So now on the next whistle, the Flames would shoot free throws, and we're down to 12 seconds to go. So it hasn't been easy, but the Flames have gotten to a point now where they're in the bonus. They bring Smuda back in the game, but actually she'll come right back out. So she was in for that play, but we'll check out, and Mills steps into the backcourt for this inbounds, which is on the far side in front of the coaching staff of Liberty. Hodges putting it in play. Does, just barely to Hess. Hess back to Hodges. Hodges to Eisdotter. Now to Hess. 5 seconds to go. Still no foul. Finally, they get a foul with 3.5 to go. And Emma Hess will shoot 2 free throws. It was dicey over on the far side. Hess was walking the tightrope. A couple of tight quarter passes. But eventually it gets back to Hess. She draws the foul from Gilbin, which is her 4th, and Emma now shoots 2 free throws. Let's listen along. It rattles in. Nobody in the lane for Emma to give a high five to, so she steps back to the free throw line and tries to make this a 2-possession game. It's in the air. Good as well. Emma Hess drains them both, and the Flames lead 74-70. Timeout WKU. They still have a timeout after this as well. If they can get a quick basket, this game's not necessarily over. Liberty just in this spot, you can't foul. You certainly don't want to give a lob to the rim where WKU scores very quickly. But with only 3.5 seconds to go, if it is a 3-point shot, a lot of time would run off the clock. But Liberty doesn't have a timeout themselves, so they wouldn't be able to advance the basketball. So there's still a lot of factors involved. If you're WKU, what you're hoping for is quick points, however you can get them, maybe in a second or so. And then with the Flames not being able to take a timeout, forcing a turnover, either a 5-second call or a quick turnover and score, and you could tie the ball game up that way. We'll see who comes on the court for the Lady Toppers. We have not seen Alexis Meade since early in the second half after she sustained an injury that looked like it was a head injury of some sort. Inbounding will be Chatfield. Again, Liberty up by 4, 3.5 to go. Western Kentucky with the basketball. Chatfield surveys the defense, and gets it into Telegny. Telegny fires up a three-pointer. It's an air ball that goes out of bounds to Liberty as the horn sounds and the ball game ends. But the officials are going to make this anticlimactic. They're going to look at the monitor to make sure that there's time left. Well, we were ready to celebrate. The crowd's on their feet. Officials may look at this and realize that the ball went out of bounds with a tenth or two left. It's not going to change anything other than delay the celebration, and they'll get the spotlight on them. So if that's what they were looking for, I'm just kidding. It's been a fairly well officiated game. A couple of plays each side that both coaches will probably take a look at, but for the most part, the officials were not talked about, which means that's a good thing. Until right now. I can complain a little bit about them not just saying this ball game's over, instead of having a lengthy delay to say maybe there's going to be a couple of tenths of a second, which won't change anything. They also could be looking to see who it touched last. They called it out of bounds. Well, they actually didn't call it out of bounds on anybody because they said the time had ended. So we'll see who actually gets the ball. There's going to be 0.2 of a second. And it will be WKU basketball. As long as the Flames don't foul a three-point shooter, there's not really much that the Lady Toppers can do. With only 0.2 of a second, they can't actually catch and release. They just got to tip it. So, inbounds pass comes to Telegny. She takes a two-pointer that wouldn't have counted anyway. And now we've got a little bit of a scuffle afterwards. I'm not sure who did what, but Flames were trying to come across half court to celebrate, and there was a bit of an entanglement. I think the officials are going to take a look at the monitor. This all happened after time expired. So I'm not really sure. I don't think this can affect the game at all because the horn had already sounded, but we've got a very officious crew led by Deanna Jackson, and so she's going to take a look. I have no idea what's going on. The coaching staffs are shaking hands. The Lady Flames have headed towards their locker room. The teams haven't shaken hands as far as the players are concerned. I'm not sure if that was the direction of the officials for that or what. This is an unfortunate way that this game is finished up. I don't think anything really, any consequence happened at the end there. Some players just kind of got tangled up. But between the review to put 0.2 of a second back on, and now the officials looking at something that happened after the horn sounded, which I think, again, that's not going to affect anything either. It has muted the celebration as the Lady Flames are co-regular season champs, and they're going to be the #1 seed in the tournament. But all we're talking about right now is the three officials who've certainly gotten themselves in the spotlight. There's going to be a little bit of a celebration here and a trophy given away, so that's going to delay the post-game just a little bit. We'll take a break. When we come back, we'll have the Coca-Cola locker room report and have a conversation with head coach Kerry Green, as well as Avery Mills, who finished up with 13 points, hit some big three-pointers, and along with Asia Boone, led the way for Liberty in today's victory. President Dondi Costin is actually on the court right now, talking to the crowd about the regular season championship that the Lady Flames have just won. And the crowd's loving that. The officials finished their review at the monitor, which was all things that happened after the game had ended anyway, so I'm not really sure what they could have done or would have done in that spot anyway, but it doesn't seem like anything changed. Usually, if there's any sort of a confrontation after the game, it's just the league office that would deal with it, but the officials took a look at the monitor. I don't know. I don't really know why in that spot. What horn had already sounded. Everything happened after the game was over, so it's not like you can come out and shoot technical free throws. Don't know what they were doing, but they did whatever they needed to do, I guess. And now the Lady Flames are standing at center court, where Athletics Director Ian McCaw, President Don DeCostin are handing the regular season championship that the Lady Flames will share with Middle Tennessee to Coach Green and his crew. They're taking a picture of celebration. Liberty will be the #1 seed in the Conference USA tournament next week in Huntsville, Alabama, after getting a 74-70 victory against WKU. We'll take a break and be back after this here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
When it was time for my family and I to buy and sell our houses, we knew exactly who to call, and that was Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Hi, this is Nick Pierce, encouraging you to do what we did. Make the easy decision and call Jason Porter for all of your real estate needs.
Thanks, Nick. And Flames Nation, let's talk about how we can serve you. Call or text me today, Jason Porter, at 434-258-8827. That's 434-258-8827, or email me at jasonporterrealestate@gmail.com. Thanks, and as always, go Flames.
True Flame fans know where to shop to show their pride. Shop LibertyFlames.com. We're your one-stop shop for official Liberty Flames merchandise. Plus, all orders ship free. Go red, white, and blue and visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today. That's ShopLibertyFlames.com. ShopLibertyFlames.com is a proud sponsor of Liberty Athletics. For all your Liberty Flames apparel needs, visit ShopLibertyFlames.com today.
The President's Day sales event is happening now at Lynchburg Nissan, and the savings are monumental. Get historically low rates, up to 130% of fair KBB for your trade, and unbeatable offers on 2025 models. Plus, every new Nissan comes with our million-mile powertrain warranty, giving you peace of mind for the road ahead. Don't wait. These historic deals won't last. Stop by Lynchburg Nissan today, or visit us online to claim your savings. Lynchburg Nissan, home of the million-mile warranty. Don't wait. These historic deals won't last.
The doctors at Crossroads Family Dentistry say go Flames and good luck this season. Stephen Hatch, James Peary III, Trey Woolwine, and Carol Roberts have over 50 years of experience serving Lynchburg and the surrounding area. Their dental office in Forest is open and ready to serve you. Crossroads Family Dentistry provides all family and cosmetic dental needs and accepts major dental insurances. They're located at 14761 Forest Road in front of Brauburgers. More information is available at Crossroads Family Dentistry, VA.com.
The game is over, but we're just getting started with the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report. Coming up, Larry's Tire and Auto Repair will present the final game statistics. Head coach Kerry Green will stop by to give his thoughts on the game, and we'll update the out-of-town scoreboard built by Frank Good Builders. Now let's head back inside the arena for the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
But eventually it gets back to Hess. She draws the foul from Kilburn, which is her fourth, and Emma now shoots 2 free throws. Let's listen along. It rattles in. Nobody in the lane for Emma to give a high five to, so she steps back to the free throw line and tries to make this a 2-possession game. It's in the air. Good as well. Emma Hess drains them both, and the Flames lead 74-70. Timeout WKU. And that was what put the final, I guess, ribbon on this win for the Lady Flames. Liberty 74-70 over WKU. Lady Flames are regular season champs in Conference USA. They finished tied with Middle Tennessee for that honor. But the Lady Flames will have the #1 seed by way of sweeping WKU in the regular season, while Middle Tennessee lost one of their 2 games to the Lady Toppers. Going to take a look here at the Larry's Tire and Auto stats. Liberty finishes up shooting 46% from the field, WKU 48%, but that dropped off in the third quarter. Lady Toppers were only 37% in the fourth, The Lady Flames were 42% in the fourth. WKU finished up the game 31% from 3, 10 of 32. The Flames were 13 of 30, 43% from outside the arc. Those numbers brought to you by Century Exteriors. WKU 2 of 4 from the free throw line. The Lady Flames were 11 of 12, 92%. That's another 1,100 meals donated to local area food banks through the Food Line Feeds Score to Give More campaign. Liberty won the rebounding battle 38-24, including 14-9 in offensive rebounds. Liberty did have 20 turnovers. WKU just 13. 12 steals for the Lady Toppers. 17 assists on the 29 made baskets by WKU. 15 assists on the 25 made baskets for Liberty. So the Flames with 4 less made baskets than the Lady Toppers, but 3 more made three-pointers, and they were also a +9 at the free throw line in this game, whereas Liberty. Points off turnovers, 24-17 WKU. Points in the paint, 32-22 Lady Toppers. Second chance points, 15-5 Flames. Fast break points, 10-5 WKU, and bench points, 24-11 in favor of Liberty. For WKU, Josie Gilvin, a career-high 31 points on 13 of 19 shooting, 5 of 9 from 3. Also had 6 rebounds to go along with those 31 points. Telegny with 9 points, Chatfield with 9, Hayes with 7, Salary with 7. Alexis Meade only 3 points on 1 of 3 shooting, 3 rebounds and an assist. She only played 20 minutes in the game after suffering an injury. She got hurt going into halftime, came out and played a little bit in the third quarter, but then checked out of the game early in the third and never came back in. Lady Flames, Asia Boone had 15, Emma Hess with 12, Jordan Hodges 11, Bella Smoot at 10. And our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game, Avery Mills, had 13. And only 13 minutes of playing time. 4 of 5 from the field, 3 of 4 from 3. Had the highest plus-minus, well, I'm sorry, the second highest plus-minus on the Lady Flames at +11. Claudia Thien also a +12. She actually led Liberty. 3 points from Peen Steenberg and 2 each for Brooke Moore and Claudia Thien. Elizabeth Ayestadter also with 2 points in the game. Liberty's leading rebounder was Emma Hess. She had 6 boards to go along with those 12 points. And with the victory, Liberty finishes the regular season at 23-6, 16-2 in the conference. WKU 22-8 and 13-5. They will be the 3 seed. Liberty will be the 1 seed. The 1 and the 2 seeds don't play the opening day of the quarterfinals. I'm sorry, let me re-say that. They do play the opening day of the quarterfinals. The quarterfinals are split in half. So the 1 and the 2 seeds will play their quarterfinal games on Wednesday against a team that had just played on Tuesday in a play-in game. So in this case, the 8-9 game, the winner of that will play Liberty on Wednesday. The winner of that game will then get a day off and play in the semifinals on Friday. Championship on Saturday. If you're a 3 or 4 seed, then, or 5 or 6 as well, then you don't play until Thursday, but then you would play 3 games in a row if you were to keep winning. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, no off day in between. So that is an advantage for the 1 and the 2. We'll have a little more clarity as to who the Flames might be in line to play very shortly, as there's still games going on around Conference USA, but we'll try to sort that out and see if we can at least get an idea of who's going to be the 8 and 9 seed. Over in Kentucky, the Liberty men are leading WKU 51-27, a couple minutes into the second half. And they're in line to be the number 1 seed. So let's take a quick break. We'll come back with Avery Mills, and we'll wrap things up here on the Coca-Cola postgame show. Liberty wins 74-70.
The Liberty Flames thank Segra for their support. Segra collaborates with companies to offer business-only, carrier-grade connectivity, cybersecurity, voice and cloud solutions tailored to meet their diverse needs. Segra offers these solutions across a fiber network that spans 28 states in the U.S. and is headquartered in Charlotte, North Carolina. They can be reached at Segra.com or 833-GO-SEGRA. Segra, a proud partner of the Liberty Flames Sports Network from Van Wagner.
It's a new era for Liberty Flames baseball. First-year head coach Bradley LaCroix is ready to lead the Flames to new heights.
Our ultimate goal is to win championships, play in the postseason, and hopefully one day get to Omaha.
With a fresh roster and a clean slate, the Flames are taking aim at the best teams in Conference USA.
Deep to left, and out of here!
Be at Worthington Field at Liberty Baseball Stadium for all 31 home games. Season tickets at libertyflamesbaseball.com.
11 West is a proud sponsor of the Liberty Flames. 11 West specializes in apparel screen printing, embroidery, sew-on, and flat printing. From the design phase with their graphics arts team to the finished product, 11 West collaborates with each client to craft custom apparel and promotional products. For more information, visit 11west.com, call 540-639-9319, or stop by their location at 6598 New River Road in Radford. 11 West, outfitting America and logo wear.
Thompson Brooks Insurance has been serving Virginia for over 35 years, helping individuals and businesses with their insurance and investment needs. The team at Thompson Brooks is experienced in understanding Medicare, retirement planning, life insurance, the healthcare marketplace, and group insurance benefits. Call Thompson Brooks Insurance at 434-385-8500. That's 434-385-8500, or visit them online at thompsonbrooksinsurance.com. Thompson Brooks Insurance, planning today for tomorrow.
You've been listening to live radio coverage of Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. Now, back to the Coca-Cola post-game locker room report.
Claudia Athene being guarded by Kaddour on the near side to Mills. Back to Athene with 10 seconds to go in the quarter. She's going to drive along the baseline, is cut off, finds Mills. Mills for three. Boom! Avery Mills from downtown. 1 second to go. Salary launches one over the top of the backboard as the horn sounds on this third quarter. Liberty takes a 60-53 lead into the break. And we now have Avery Mills with us. Do you remember that play?
I think I do, yeah.
Tell us what happened.
I mean, to be honest, I do remember it, but like it was kind of all just so fast and adrenaline was rushing, so I don't remember exactly what happened, but I think the pass came from Claudia, right? Yeah, she's so good at finding me and just finding the open person. Yeah, so she found me, I shot it, I kind of knew that it was going in, so, I knew my bench was right behind me, so I turned around and gave him a little, celebration. But yeah, it was awesome.
Avery is our Thompson Brooks Insurance Player of the Game. And Avery, we talked about this before. You get to be around Christmas time, and you're not really a freshman anymore anyway. You've got enough experience. You certainly don't look like one right now. The second unit has continually been good for this team all year long. One of the best in the country. Matter of fact, I've got it written down here somewhere. 12th best bench in the country, averaging 28 points a game. Almost got your average today, 24, but 24 big points. And Coach Green trusts you guys in big moments, right down until, about 4 minutes to go in the game. You guys were out there battling, and then you came back in, even in the final minutes for that chance of maybe getting some free throws. It ended up being Emma taking the 2 free throws. But what about this second unit has garnered so much trust from the coaching staff?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's just, when we're practicing, we all just go so hard, and there's not really, like our kind of phrase for the year is one body, so we don't really see each other as like, oh, you guys start, we don't, or you guys the first team, is like, we just see each other as one body, and we just go at each other in practice. And yeah, I think our bench just, a lot of talent, like, Brooke defensively is a beast, Peen. I could go through everybody. Everybody's just, elite. Like, we're playing at an elite level. And, yeah, just practicing, we just all go so hard against each other. Like, we push the starters, they push us, we all push each other. And I think the coaches, I think they, trust us with that. So that's why they trust to put us in at any point in the game. So
We were talking about Claudia a second ago. She didn't play in the game on Thursday night.
Mhm.
It would have been easier to sulk after not getting in,
Yep.
but she played in some big minutes in this game and was able to distribute the basketball in
Yeah.
important moments.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Claudia, she's such an amazing point guard. Like I said, like she's always finding the open person, always finding, me or, the post or whatever for a good shot. But yeah, she had a great attitude. It's so easy to be down on yourself after you're not playing, but no, she bounced right back, and she's just always ready. Like she's constantly ready whenever coach calls her name, and she just executes really well. So
Talk a little bit about this crowd. The last 2 games, they've just blown the roof off of this place.
yeah, I mean, we call it the Nation on our team. We call Flames Nation the Nation. So we really appreciate the Nation coming out, supporting us. It definitely helped us, fight back. Brought some energy, some adrenaline. So yeah, we appreciate the Nation a lot.
The last 2 games have kind of felt like the playoffs because there have been so much importance involved, needing to win both of them to be the number 1 seed. There's a big advantage to being the number 1 seed. It involves rest. It involves a lot of things, but there's a certain point in the tournament bracket that being 1 as opposed to even 2 is huge, as opposed to having like 18 hours of rest. You'll have 24 hours of rest or something. It's not a huge deal, but it is. It can mean a lot, especially late in the season. Has it felt like it's already the postseason the last 2 games?
Yeah, I mean, like we were saying at halftime in the locker room, like pretty much every game from now on is going to be like this. It's going to be every team's fighting for their season. Like it's win or go home. Starting next week. So, every team's going to bring their best game to come play us as the 1 seed. So. We're ready for that, especially these last 2 games. Like they've definitely felt, like playoffs. But yeah, we're ready for it. Like we compete and practice like this every day. So, yeah.
Your squad was down by 14 points in the first half. What was said in the huddle? I think probably, around probably the end of the first quarter. I mean, it was 12 at that point. It had just been 14 right before that. So what was talked about between the first and second quarter? Because it seemed like after that the team started to click.
Yeah, I mean, our turnovers were they were hurting us a lot. I think Coach said they had like 20-something points off turnovers. So that was a big thing. But also just defensively, like, finding the shooters. We can't really help off very much. We can't, miss a beat. Like, we just got to be on our best, like our we got to be on our best, like, A-team level, we just got to be ready at all times. Because I think kind of in the first half we were just, skipping a beat a little bit, kind of forgetting where to be at. So once we talked about that and clarified that, we were able to fight back, find the shooters, find the open person, go close out. So,
was there a little bit of a mental hangover from the Middle Tennessee game on Thursday? And I know you don't want to make excuses, but it would be tough not to still be, reliving that game a little bit coming into today.
Yeah, that was one thing we were trying to be really careful of going into this game. Like we were celebrating, we were happy after Middle Tennessee, but we knew we had one more game. We knew it was going to be a fight like this. So Coach has been talking about your EQ, your emotional quotient, like staying level, not getting too high, too low. So I think we did pretty good with that. I mean, obviously it's still a thing to think about. We just, beat a team that beat us before, so we were excited. But, yeah, I think we stayed pretty level going into this one.
And I don't say that to take anything away from Western Kentucky, because they're playing some really good basketball right now as well. They hit everything that they were taking, and Josie Gilvin was a superstar throughout the course of this game. So they've got some talent as well. They lost Meade in the second half. Not really sure what the injury was, but she didn't come back in. It really changes their team, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, she's a, going into this game, we knew that she was a offensive, like, rebounding threat, because she just goes in and she attacks the boards a lot. I don't know how tall she is, but she's
5'4".
5'4", yeah. She gets a lot of offensive rebounds. So, yeah, she's also just a great point guard too. So we were ready for that, but she wasn't there. So.
You ready for your first Conference USA tournament?
I think I'm ready. I'm so ready. Yep.
I think I was talking to you about it was going to be really cold in the building, but they're getting rid of the ice.
I heard.
So don't
I
have to worry about the ice now. It might still be a little chillier than some
Yeah.
buildings, just because they normally have the thermostat down pretty low. But it's not going to be as bad as it could have been.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm very excited.
I don't know how this happens, and for the folks that are just listening on the audio app, are watching on Facebook, they don't really notice it right now, but everybody who's going to be watching this later on Instagram, when I set the camera up, you always look so short. I don't know how. I mean, you're not as short.
Maybe it's my posture, maybe.
Uh-oh.
I might need to sit up straight.
Did your parents ever say anything like that?
No, but they should have, because it's not good. I need to fix that.
Very good. Well, congratulations on a great win today and an outstanding freshman season for you. And I'm going to guess, I can't promise you this, but there's a decent chance you're probably going to get an accolade next week, because I think you and Emmy both have a really good chance of being on the all-freshman team. So we'll keep our fingers crossed when that comes out on Monday as well. We'll see you down in Huntsville.
Awesome. Thank you.
That was Avery Mills, our Thompson Brooks Insurance player of the game. We're going to get Coach Kerry Green on here in just a second. I think he might have gone back to the media room, so we might. No, actually, I see him. He's over there. He's talking to some of the fans as Avery exits stage left and gets a hug from one of her fans. A lot of Avery Mills fans in this building. She graduated from LCA, just on the other side of Liberty's campus. Won a state championship with Emmy last year for the Bulldogs, and has had a wonderful freshman year here for the Lady Flames. Taking a look at the men's score over in Western Kentucky, and the Liberty men are up
62-36.
Yeah, that's going to say I'm a little bit behind. I've got the ESPN feed up, and I was just waiting for them to cut back with the score bug at the bottom, and what I'm seeing is 62-34. But you're telling me it's, what'd you say, 62-36?
Yeah, 12:26 left. I pick up the live stats when I'm here in the studio. It makes it nice and easy.
Yeah, you're about 30 seconds ahead of me, I think. I think those live stats are quicker.
And baseball's up 9-1, bottom of the 7th against Central Michigan. So.
Well, let's see what the softball team's doing. They're leading 1-0 in the bottom of the 4th, and they've got a little bit of a rally going with 2 outs. Maybe they can add to that. It'd be a great day for Liberty Athletics. I know the women's lacrosse team is playing this afternoon as well. They might just be underway as Coach Green starts walking over to us. So we'll go ahead and finish up things on this end, and Trey, we'll head back to you coming up here in just a little bit for that final look at the Frank Good Builders out-of-town scoreboard. We'll get Coach Green's thoughts before we wrap up shop. Well, Coach, we talked in the pregame about the possibility that could come out of the gates. You didn't want to. You were hoping that you would avoid it, come out of the gates a little bit slow after the win against Middle Tennessee on Thursday night. And I'm going to say it might not be as much. I mean, there's a little bit of both. You might have come out of the gates a little slow, but Western Kentucky came out of the gates like they were trying to win the Triple Crown and shot the ball so well. Josie Gilvin pretty much took their team on her back as well and kept them in this basketball game. Not only kept them in the basketball game, put them out to a 14-point lead. What was the motivational speech between the first and second quarter, because it seemed like the team kind of woke up at that point?
Well, we're not playing good. They punched us in the mouth. I was concerned even pregame. I talked about it. It's hard from a psychological side to win a game on the road by 2, come home and have a decisive game, and you not think you're really good. And even if you're humble and you have to work for it, you still got to work for it, and we didn't work very hard. And they did, and they made shots. What did they shoot? 70% first quarter, 66 and 71 from the field, and 66 from three-point line. You're going to be behind when that happens, even if you're lighting it up. Those are outstanding numbers. I'll take those numbers every time. And what happened in between? We have that timeout, or that quarter ends, and I just challenge them. Hey, let's win the quarter. Let's win this quarter, and we won the second quarter, won the third quarter, and that put us in a position big in the third quarter I think our bench came in and we're down 7 and goes up by 7, or something like that. And our bench came alive, and we needed the bench. We're a strong team, and we need each other just for resting. And some people came alive, and we just won the third quarter decisively, and got beat in the fourth quarter by 3. We just can't let any player like Gilvin get open. And Jamie, we knew she could shoot that way. That we don't play zone very much, so we were losing her as she stepped out, or we'd overplay somebody that may look at the basket and show the ball like they're going to shoot and just try and draw us there for her. She's a all-conference player. I know I voted for her, so I don't know how she ended up being, but and she was excellent on defense. She is a complete player. She had 5 steals first half. And she, I think, is their leading rebounder as well. So
only a junior too. To deal with her for a little while
longer. I was
longer.
hoping she was a graduate and moving on, but she's an outstanding ball player. I'm so grateful for Flames Nation. We had a great crowd here today, and how our team stayed persistent. They played together, and just took one possession at a time. And some really big plays. I thought Claudia came in with off the bench, and she was a spark for us, moved the ball, and really put them on their heels, and she attacked, and she got in there, shot a layup. She's really an amazing player, and our future looks good with her. She's going to have her chance. She's got two girls that's playing in front of her, maybe for one reason or another, but they're just more experienced. And got Jordan Hodges, who came alive and really played well. Bell played really well, and it's a great win for us, and we're grateful for God blessing her with it, and we'll give Him all the glory while we basked in the joy of being number 1. So it's going to be a lot of fun as we go into the tournament. It's totally something different. We got to be prepared, and it's March Madness. Crazy stuff happens in that period of time.
And we don't necessarily know the matchup yet. It looks as if Kennesaw State, they won, so they would not be able to fall down to the 8-9 game. So it's either going to be Sam Houston versus Jack State or UTEP, and would be the teams playing for that 8-9 game that you would then play the winner of. But you've got a little time to think about that. You'll get down and have a chance to watch that game as well. It's going to be a fun tournament. The men and women both competing. Liberty men up right now, so barring a drastic comeback by WKU, 2 number 1 seeds for Liberty University. We saw President Costin here as well when you guys were getting the trophy with Ian McCaw. So it's a proud day to be a Liberty Flame.
Yes, it is. The ball bounced our way. God was good to us, blessed us throughout the season, and we want to, again, give Him all the glory and pull for one another. I want to encourage Flames Nation to come to the conference tournament, because it'll be an exciting time for both men and women. And we will both be playing the same day, so it's not like, hey, women play on Wednesday, the guys play on Thursday. No, right now the format, we both play on Wednesday, and we get Thursday off, and then we come back to work on Friday and Saturday. And that's providing we're in that championship game on Saturday, and that's where we want to be.
Congratulations, Coach.
Thank you, Jamie.
We'll see you down in Huntsville. That was head coach Kerry Green. Lady Flames get a 74-70 win against WKU, and again finish up the season 23-6, 16-2 in CUSA, tied for first place with Middle Tennessee, but the Lady Flames have the tiebreaker by way of sweeping WKU, the highest seed outside of the two that are tied, which would be the number 3 seeded Lady Toppers. They finished the year 22-8 and 13-5 in Conference USA, and I think I speak for everyone when I say I hope Alexis Mead is okay and that she'll be back and be able to play and perform. She's so much fun to watch, and it was a shame that she wasn't able to get in much in the second half after sustaining that injury. Well, that's going to do it for us here in Liberty Arena. What a crowd. What a last week of the regular season after the blowout win against Middle Tennessee, and now a heart-throbbing win against the Lady Toppers of WKU that sends the Flames to Huntsville as the number 1 seed in Conference USA. Until we talk then, this is Jamie Hall saying so long. God bless. Now let's throw it back to the studio where Trey is going to wrap things up on today's broadcast.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Fun night in the Liberty, or fun afternoon, I should say, in the Liberty Arena here. Let's get to our Frank Good Builders Out of Town scoreboard. Starting with those Liberty Flames, currently up 72-40 with 8:50 left. In that one, Liberty wins. They are the 1 seed in the Conference USA men's tournament. Baseball currently up 11-1 in the top of the 8th in that one, but we'll stick back to basketball. Women's college basketball starting in Conference USA. New Mexico State 15, Sam Houston 14, end of the first quarter in that one. UTEP trails Louisiana Tech 12-10 with 9:46 left, and a couple of finals for you. Middle Tennessee 65, FIU 44, and Kennesaw State 63, Jack State 55. As for the top 25, we have a semifinal in the ACC going on right now. Number 6, Notre Dame trailing Duke. Number 11, Duke, 52-57 with 52 seconds left. The winner of that game will take on North Carolina State as they defeated North Carolina today, 66-55. As for the Big Ten semifinals, number 2 USC 50, Michigan 48 with 1:55 left in the third quarter in that one. The winner of that game will take on the winner of Ohio State and UCLA later on tonight. As for the other games in the top 25, Big 12 semi, TCU 19, West Virginia 13, 8:56 left in that one. They'll take on the winner of Baylor and Oklahoma State. And the SEC final earlier today, we had South Carolina, Oklahoma is a semifinal, happened at 4:30. Later on today, they'll take on the winner of LSU and Texas, 7 p.m. later today. As for more scores, UConn in the Big East quarters advance 71-40, and South Dakota State 85, North Dakota 55 in the Summit League semis. Men's scores in Conference USA, Louisiana Tech 54, UTEP 36 with 11:21 left in the half in that one. Middle Tennessee 68, FIU 42 with 9:13 left in that one. 9:54 left between Kennesaw and Jacksonville State, 58-56. Kennesaw State holds the lead in that one. And halftime for Sam Houston, they're up 45-38 over New Mexico State. A couple notable top 25 scores in men's college basketball going on right now. 9:05 left. Number 7, Alabama 65, Auburn 62. Later on tonight, we'll have Duke, Carolina, of course, but game of the day happened in the noon window. Zerby Elafor hit a buzzer-beater game winner in overtime to give number 6 St. John's an 86-84 win over number 20 Marquette. All right, that will do it for your Frank Good Builders Out-of-Town scoreboard. That will do it for this broadcast. Again, your final score. The Lady Flames are Conference USA regular season champions as they win 74-70 over Western Kentucky. They will be the 1 seed in the Conference USA tournament coming up next week here on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. For Jamie Hall, I'm Trey Lyle, signing off for now.
You've been listening to the Coca-Cola Post-Game Locker Room Report and Liberty Lady Flames basketball from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network. This game has been brought to you in part by Joe Yock with Alcova Mortgage, showing you the way home. Aqua Pros, pools, hot tubs, and hearth. Carillion Clinic, inspiring better health. Carter Bank, life lived full. Coca-Cola, taste the feeling. Crossroads Family Dentistry. Earthright Mid-Atlantic, your trusted solar and energy efficiency experts. 11 West, First Bank and Trust, the bank that puts you first. Foster Fuels, providing reliable service for 100 years. Frank Good Builders. Freedom First Credit Union. Start banking for good with Freedom First today. Gentry Lock Attorneys. The Good Feet Store. By Haley's Appliance and Haley's Outdoor in Lynchburg. Liberty Basketball has also been brought to you by Ironclad Coffee Roasters, the finest hand-picked specialty coffees from around the world, craft roasted in Richmond, Virginia. Jason Porter with Legacy Realty and Development. Larry's Tire and Auto Repair. Expect the best service, prices, and care. Carl Miller Realty. Caring, competent, trusted advisors. The Liberty Bookstore, the official online store of Liberty Athletics. Lynchburg Nissan. Nobody beats our prices. Nobody. Peary Family Dentistry. Century Exteriors. Providing roofing, gutters, windows, and home remodeling. More information is available at centuryexteriors.com. Segra, a proud partner of Liberty University. Segra offers customized business technology solutions. You can learn more at segra.com. And by Thompson Brooks Insurance. Planning today for tomorrow. The general manager of Van Wagner Sports and Entertainment is Justin Metzger. The Liberty Flames Sports Network director is Alan York. Coordinating producers Nick Pierce, Kyle Sykes, and Sarah Stinson. I'm staff announcer Jeff Lawrence with a special thanks to Liberty University Athletics Director Ian McCaw and Associate Director of Athletics Communications Paul Carmody. Liberty Flames Basketball is an exclusive presentation from Van Wagner on the Liberty Flames Sports Network.